Welcome to Superchat. Whether you're working on your first 1,000, 2,000, or 10,000 subscribers, you've come to the right place. We're going to introduce you to some of the most influential content creators that can help to get your channel moving beyond your first 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 hours of watch time. The very first channel that we're looking at today has been a dear friend for a long time. They've long surpassed 3,000 subscribers now, and if you've been here any time before, you know that I say that channels of this size have much to be learned from as well as entertained and inspired by because of what the creators must have gone through in their YouTube journey to get to a level of 3,000 and beyond. 3,000 seems to be a very telling marker in a YouTuber's journey. And I believe wholeheartedly that anybody that wants to can have 10,000 subscribers on YouTube. It takes a bit of time. 100,000 only becomes a question because that can take years, and we don't know what the world's going to look like in a few years. But Gloria's Platter is well on her way. She's been a dear friend for a very long time. I know that a lot of her audience are very excited about her content. I've had a great time hanging out in her live streams. She keeps an action-packed show, considerate about the prep, giving us all of the preparation and steps, but having everything prepared before she starts. And then keeping up with the chat. She's always got fun twists in her videos, almost like challenges. She does a great job of enticing comments from people. More often than anything else, you'll find cooking videos from Gloria's Platter, but the channel's been here for a few years now, so she's expanded the content. She's got some shorts here. We'll have a look at those. And she also gets into some outdoor adventures. She's the first one to ever take us out to an Amazon grocery store. At least the first video that I ever saw was from Gloria's Platter. So 14,000, 16,000, 17,000 on some of these shorts, which is great, and it gives you a little bit of an idea of some of the delicious looking content we're going to find on her channel. And I see I'm a little bit behind with videos. I'm just going to grab the latest one and put that into a special playlist I have called Catch Up so that I can keep caught up with creators. Hopefully everybody will enjoy connecting with Gloria's Platter. Like I said, she's been a dear friend for a long time, a generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter. And I know you'll appreciate the support that comes back from her. So we've got quite a bit of action going on in the chat. I've got lots of names on the wheel right now. Doof Paranormal just dropped another 5 memberships in the chat. So thank you for that. That's Karen from Australia. And we're treating those gifted memberships like super chats these days. So what we're doing is putting those channels on the screen in order. And then we put members on the wheel as soon as we see them in the chat. And I will add a couple of new features to the wheel in a little while after our first break. And then we'll get to spinning shortly. So I've got quite a few names there. Scratch and PPA, of course, is in the pole position on the Wheel of Doom. I didn't do a good job this weekend at all, or any job at all, of letting our moderators know when we'd be streaming. Big mistake on my part. You know, you don't want your moderators to forget for even a second how much you appreciate them, and sometimes we need a reminder to make sure that we don't get complacent and let our moderators know how much they mean to us because of the help that they offer to give. Now, luckily, we've got quite a few moderators in the chat right now. Michael's Adventures may not make it in. He's here for every stream he can be, but he always sends his regards. As well, we've got the Stock Explorer, Corinne's Life, Scratch and PPA, and Rambling with the Brooms, all in the chat right now, and we'll talk about all of their channels when they come up. As well, I've got quite a few more names on the wheel. Paul's Green Space, Canadian Family Life, Jesse Miller Unboxings, and more, along with Mike and Rihanna's Adventures. I'm looking forward to talking about their channel today because they added something today which they reached out to me to let me know they were going to do, which is a great idea for the travel community. A lot of our friends are actually out on a cruise right now, and Mike and Rihanna's Adventures are keeping up with them. Just Jason Keto and More and Backlash Fisherman are both in the House Derpy Playground, and Katie's Kitchen have both been added to the wheel. I've got quite a bit of catching up to do, and I am way behind. So, Doof Paranormal, Karen from Australia, thank you for those gifted memberships. We're going to talk about her content in a minute. I know that all of the recipients of those memberships will be happy to have them. I'm going to get some more names onto the wheel. The Gambler After Dark is in the house. I'm going to put them on the wheel right now. along with a couple of other channels. If anybody would like to swap playlists with each other for the purpose of gaining watch hours, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists in the chat. Other creators should reach out to you, and if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody's free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course. And then thank you for the thought, Doof Doof Paranormal. And then Rambling with the Brooms came in with a super chat as well. So we'll put that channel up on the screen next. We'll get to spinning soon enough. But thank you for that, Scott. Absolutely unnecessary. Very much appreciated, of course. Trish the Natural is here. So we'll get her onto the wheel. And I'll try to catch up a little bit more. Oh, Katie's Kitchen, is this the first time you're here from the beginning? I've got you on the wheel already. Follow the Bradley's Fun is going to be added in a quick second as well. I miss a lot when the chat starts, or when we start the stream while I do the introduction. So if I miss anything that anybody means for me to see, I'll get you to hang on for a moment if you don't mind. And then mention what you wanted me to see again with 3 thumbs up, or at mention Tuber Chat Connect and Grow. That should help me see it a little bit easier. I'll keep my eyes open, hopefully catch it the next time around. I think we're doing okay now. And then Ghostly Winds always has incredibly creative things to say. It's been a year of spins, doom, and overall knowledge of other Doom Wheel victims to come. Yes, absolutely. Happy Halloween. So I know Sam's Logs Trains and More, who's one of our moderators and a dear friend, asked if we'd be doing a Halloween stream. I'm not going to stream on Halloween this year, but I am expecting to do a stream tomorrow night at the same time as today, and hopefully Wednesday at the same time as well. They will both be pop-ups, but I expect that they'll both work out. Coach Mary Ma is in the house as well. Nancy B. the Scratcher, forgive me, I did get your message, by the way. She offered to swap playlists, and I just was away from the computer for much of the weekend. And as soon as I can sit down and have a look at the phone and respond to you properly, I'll be able to run a playlist for you right away. And then, I know we've got lots more channels in the chat, so we'll do some more introductions. Coastal Waters here. Bamanola Adventures, who's out supporting creators all the time. Express Baskets and Treats is here. Jamie's Country Living. Joe Valdez Video Game and Movie, along with Judgment Day. Mike Harper is back for what I believe is the second time. Paralife TV, Your Everyday Wheelchair Ninja, is a longtime friend named Shane. Fairbrick Studios been here just about every day lately. Rushing Wind Mountain is here frequently. The mother and daughter duo are not only here, but out supporting other creators all the time as well. So hopefully I haven't missed anybody in the chat. As long as everybody's still active, we should get around to everybody. And again, I know I miss a lot when we get started, but if you need me to see something, just please mention it again with 3 thumbs up. There's Henry Nelson. I'm going to get them on the wheel. If any members are unsure if they're on the wheel, I've tried to pump up the font size here, so you might be able to read if you're on a phone. I know it can be tough. And then we'll add more members as they come in. At some point tonight, we will add some names from our chat list onto the wheel, as we always do. And Doof Doof Paranormal, Karen from Australia, is up on the screen right now. So many years ago, 3 years ago now, we had an influx of channels come through the Tuber Chat family, which continues to grow today in the paranormal genre. And these creators either go out on paranormal investigations, or interview people who do, or bring us for abandoned location explorations. And this is what Doof Doof Paranormal is doing more than anything else. They've got a Halloween stream set up, and that will be for my time 6 a.m. So likely the first stream, or one of the very first in the Tuber Chat family on Halloween. So that'll be interesting to see. When we look at her content, we see she posts videos frequently. She's already got a couple more since the last time I looked at these. I'm going to put these in one of these in my catch-up list right now. Fun Facts with Ron. I haven't met that creator yet. And then shorts videos on this channel are something I like talking about, because she puts some production value into these shorts. You'll have to look at them to see what I'm talking about. I won't run it, but I'll just give you a quick look for a second. But you see what I'm talking about here? Just in a few frames, we get an idea of some animation going on there, which I think is going to pay off well. And then live streams are frequent. She's doing these at least a couple of times a week, so hopefully everybody will catch her for a Halloween stream. I know there's going to be tons and tons and tons of content that day. Derpy Playground is just saying that they can only stay for half an hour or so, but thank you for that. I really do appreciate that extra generous support with that super chat. For that reason, I'm going to put your channel up right after Rambling with the Brooms. I just got home bartending with John onto the wheel. Rambling with the Brooms is going to come up right away. Scott dropped a super chat earlier as well, so let's put him up. He's done that before. He's a fellow Canadian here as a member and a moderator, as a matter of fact. And Ria's Blissful Connections, I'm going to get you onto the wheel right now. Is Puppet Short Films in the house? They've been doing fantastic lately. Geez, I forget their subscriber count, but they're just exploding. Forks and Chopsticks, good to see you in the house. That's a longtime friend as well. And again, I don't mean to miss anybody. As long as everybody's still active in the chat, we should get around to saying hello to everyone. And Rambling with the Brooms is up right now. So like I said, a fellow Canadian, that's Scott that you see in the thumbnails there. You recognize him because he's actually found on a couple of other channels frequently also. He brings us, let me look at his shorts before anything else. He comes to us from the homesteading community of channels, but he brings us famous Canadian weather in some of his shorts that have done well, getting over 3,000 views and one over 7,700. Now, Scott is an advocate for helping others grow, and I think this is a part of what has led to him building up a reputation as a moderator on what I believe now is probably hundreds of channels. He collaborates with others all the time. Sometimes he's indoors, sometimes he's outdoors. He makes a real effort to make himself a part of the YouTube community by heading out to different meetups and things like that. He hosts StreamYard panels and is found on many others as well. So hopefully everybody will connect with him. I know you'll enjoy the support that comes back from him. He's monetized, lots of ways to support him, including super chats and memberships when we get to his channel. And thank you again, Scott, for another super chat. One of the things he's got coming up, cruising will be a topic that'll be talked about through the Tuber Chat family for the next few days, because we got a lot of friends on a special booze cruise hosted by Eddie Lugo Studios. Lots of creators are out there right now. And another cruise that will be coming up is the Cruise in Alaska 25 collaboration. Jesse from Lazy Days Ahead is working with Scott on this. They're hoping to book 100 rooms of creators and supporters to go to Alaska from Seattle in August of 2025. So it should be a really good time. You can get information about that on Rambling with the Brooms channel. This creator brings us typical homesteading content. Could be almost anything at all. Indoors, outdoors. You might even find him in the Sugar Shack making some famous Canadian maple syrup, which I've seen a couple of times already. So next up is Derpy Playground. So thank you again, Rambling with the Brooms and Derpy Playground, for your super chats. Of course, we started off with Doof Doof Paranormal, Karen from Australia, dropping 5 gifted memberships in the chat. So thank you for that. It's an incredibly generous thing to have done, and I know the recipients will be happy to have those as they come into the chat. Like Ghostly Winds picked one of those up. I'll make sure they get added to the wheel. Let me get them onto the wheel right now. They're talking about actually messing around with shorts videos. I know Ghostly Winds, they've been a friend for a really long time. A really good friend, as a matter of fact. They care very much about their community and those of us here in the Tuber Chat family. But they also have experimented with their shorts. So we'll have a look at what they're doing when we get to their channel. And did I miss something else in the chat? I must have. They dropped a highlighted milestone message. And pardon me while I try to keep up. We have got an overwhelming beginning again. Oh, did I miss a super chat from Ghostly Winds? I'm so sorry about that. I didn't mean to miss that. But thank you for that. They've done that many times before. We'll put Ghostly Winds actually up on the screen next, right before we get to spinning. We always do that for our super chatters. But I just want to let everybody know, because I know we've got some brand new channels in the chat. You do not have to super chat. You do not have to be a member. Those things are very much appreciated when they happen, but absolutely unnecessary. We just give anybody who does those kind of things a little bit of a bonus. Members get added to the wheel right away. Super chatters get put on the screen right away, but we will get through as many channels as we can in the next 2.5 hours before we have a premiere from another one of our member and moderators, Emotion, who's a talented singer and songwriter. He'll give us more time to meet friends and family members for our channels as well. One brand new channel in the chat, Amna Rehan. I hope I'm pronouncing that right for you. Excuse me. Good to see you in the house. And oh, I see. Mike and Rihanna's Adventures. The Booze Cruise is hosted by Eddie Lugo Studios, possibly next time. This one's a bunch of creators that got together for that. So I get my facts mixed up. I haven't been able to collaborate in that way. Hopefully someday, maybe next year, right? And we can look to Mike and Rihanna's Adventures to keep up with them, because Mike has recently become a travel agent and is really keeping up with the travel industry and what's going on with our cruising and travel friends. April Showers Network is here. I'm going to get them on the wheel. Controversial Cruising has been added. And my dear goodness, Rock Chick Beauty's here from the UK. I'm always surprised to see our friends in the UK here when we do late night streams like this, because it's got to be 2 in the morning for them right now, getting close to 2:30 in the morning. But I do appreciate every moment everybody can spend. Nobody Should Be Forgotten is going to get added to the wheel right now, and then we're going to talk about Derpy Playground. So this is a channel we've only had on the screen a couple of times. They're working on 2,500 subscribers. We would love to push them a little bit farther. Just going to look at their about page. I read this the other day. They're a junior high student that loves to create a variety of creative content, including the Titanic, cardboard boats, gaming skits, and much more. So lots of variety here, and it's a channel I'm still getting to know. But what I'm going to do is take one of their latest videos. I'm going to put that in my catch-up list, just so I can get another piece of content watched. When we look at their shorts videos, we see that these have now gotten into thousands of views, 4,000, 8,000, one over 44,000. And then live streams are something they might continue with at some point. Caliking 916 is coming up. We'll see what they've got going on their channel when they come up. I'm putting them on the wheel right now. And thank you again, Derpy Playground. They got school tomorrow, so thank you for that, and for the super chat. I really do appreciate that extra generous support. And then yeah, follow the Bradley's Fun. You're absolutely right. Matthew Perry is a news story that is very shocking and overwhelming. So, you know, our condolences would go out then to anybody who's affected by that, as I imagine many people among fans, family, and friends, of course, would be, if that makes sense. So, I see some more activity in the chat here. Henry Nelson is gifting 5 memberships as well, so thank you for that. I really do appreciate that extra generous support. Thank you again, Doof Paranormal, for the same thing, and Rambling with the Brooms and Derpy Playground for these super chats. I really do appreciate all this extra generous support to get us started for today. Henry Nelson is up on the screen now for that reason. We'll get to spinning the wheel shortly, and I'm sure all of our recipients will be happy to have received those memberships. Ben Cyan Games is in the house, mentioning watch hours. If anybody wants to swap playlists, you can just say I am willing to swap playlists in the chat. And then the last thing I should mention, and I'll try to speed it up going through channels now, is the idea that if anybody has not already given a thumbs up for this live stream, I hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. And if you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to get that done. You don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. If that makes sense, hopefully. Pardon me, because I read the chat while I talk, and sometimes it's It's a little overwhelming. Anna Reham, yeah, it takes more than it takes a little bit of time to be able to connect with creators. My suggestion for anybody that's brand new in Tuber Chat is to reach out to others with a conversation. Most of the people who have been here many times before will not go to a brand new channel that they see in the chat, with good reason. They want to make sure you're going to be a loyal and dedicated supporter before they will attempt to connect with you, and they judge that by watching all the different things you say in the chat. So the more you talk about other people's channels, everybody will notice that. The more we talk about our own channels, people notice that as well. And we're going to talk about Henry Nelson's content in a moment. Michael's Adventures did make it in. So again, my apologies to our moderators. I don't know why I didn't think, and I mentioned it twice in the streams, why I didn't think to make a message in the group chat earlier. You know, Instagram and other networks can be great when you want to connect with your moderators outside of the chat or in between streams. And usually I schedule the live streams in advance. Lately we've been doing them as pop-ups, so I try to let a few people know of the time slot, but haven't been posting them in advance on the front page. I don't expect to be doing that for a while again. Nobody should be forgotten. Thank you for the gifted membership. I really do appreciate that extra generous support. For that reason, I'm going to put your channel up on the screen next, and we'll get to spinning soon. And then Anna Rehan, pardon me, gifts can't be directed to a specific person. It's random. YouTube just sends gifted memberships out to whatever it thinks is best in the algorithm. It could go to somebody who's been here for months or years before. It could go to somebody who's brand new in the chat. We never really know. I know Embarkation Nation will be happy to have that last one. I know I haven't read them out today, but we've had an unbelievably busy beginning to the stream. Hugo Homestead, a longtime dear friend and incredibly generous creator, is in the house, and I've got them on the wheel right now. We will learn from their channel as soon as we get there. The mother and daughter duo, I might have said hi 3 times. I can't be sure whether I said hello earlier. I just wanted to make sure I recognize them. They're out supporting other creators all the time. Experience Africans is a longtime friend as well. And Reading and Retail, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming back in there, another longtime friend. So Henry Nelson is somebody we're still getting to know. Now, they say they're not an expert by any means, but they do live on a farm, so they're going to film a lot of nature and wildlife for us. You get the story on their About page. When we look at their channel, we see that they're posting videos frequently, almost daily, at least every couple of days. And then when we get into shorts videos, some of these have already started to move into 3,000, even beyond 5,000 views, almost at 6,000 already. So we'll keep an eye on the channel, see if live streams might be an idea for the future, but we've always got notification bells on for every channel as well. That is in the spirit of doing as much as we can for each other and making sure we catch as much content from each other as we possibly can as well. So thank you again, Henry Nelson, for that gifted membership. I really do appreciate that extra generosity. Forgive me, Ghostly Winds, I meant to put your channel up I don't know how many channels ago, and I keep skipping over it. But Ghostly Winds we're going to look at for a quick second. They have super chatted time and time again. They always have creative things to say here in the chat. And they've been a dear friend for a long time. As a matter of fact, they are somebody who I've had many conversations with on like Instagram outside of YouTube. Anybody can reach out anytime. I'm always Tuber Chat on all the networks. And we've talked many times, and I know for sure that this creator cares deeply about their YouTube community surrounding their channel and those of us here in the Tuber Chat family, their own Tuber Chat family. So I mention that just so that you can understand the kind of support you're going to expect back from a creator like this. Ghostly Winds is bringing us retro video gameplay. They've been mixing up their shorts a lot. They started with some shout out videos. They've moved into a little bit of gameplay, and we'll see what they're going to do with their shorts. but videos on the channel as well as live streams feature retro video gameplay from both Sega and Nintendo and beyond. This creator is still able to introduce me to games I was not already familiar with, even though I literally grew up with these systems, if you could imagine, decades and decades and decades ago. So hopefully everybody will enjoy these, and when we get into the live streams, you get an idea of what they're doing by mixing up tons and tons of gameplay here. Oh, even Cuphead's on there, which is great. Cuphead is a fantastic game. If nobody's ever saw that, the art for that game is hand-drawn. It's done in a 1920s or 30s style. It's just out of control. And Ghostly Winds is playing, will be playing soon. Bipolar Aquatics, good to see you back in the house. Thanks for coming in. And again, hopefully I haven't missed anybody in the chat. As long as everybody's still active, we should get around to everybody. I know we've got a few new channels in the chat. So again, the best success comes from making the first move, reaching out to other creators and starting a conversation with them with the intention of supporting them in all the ways you wish they would do for you first, knowing that they will turn around and do the same thing for you in return. So thank you again, Ghostly Winds. Thank you, Henry Nelson. And nobody should be forgotten dropped a gifted membership in the chat. So we've got them on the screen right now. We'll get to spinning the wheel shortly. And Cuphead is brutal. Yes, I see that it's tough. I haven't played it yet. But they have really done a great job promoting that as well. Brandy's Unboxings and more, good to see you in the house. Thanks for coming in. And again, forgive me if I've missed anything in the chat that anybody meant for me to see, like a question or a comment. If you did, just please mention it again with 3 thumbs up, or at mention Superchat Connect and Grow. That should help me see it a little bit easier. I'll keep my eyes open and hopefully catch it the next time around. Chelsea Gainey is in the house from Jesse Miller's Unboxing. So thank you for coming in. I really do appreciate the word of mouth and the shares that people do to get that to happen, but hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here, and everybody will be willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description, you'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time, if that's what you would like. Nobody Should Be Forgotten is up here right now. This is a channel we're still getting to know. We've just had them on the screen a couple of times now. They've got 1,700 subscribers and surpassed it already, so hopefully we can push them towards the 1,800 we know they're going to be thinking about. Some of their shorts have really moved into 5,000, 6,000, and almost 7,000 views. One over 76,000 as a breakout shorts, which is great. And then live streams are something they might continue. They did one last week. I'm just going to read from their About page for a quick second. They love to volunteer in cemeteries. That involves cleaning, preserving headstones, and cemetery restorations. So you will learn a lot from this channel. They enjoy learning from those who've passed before us, and they'll bring that to us as well. Woman Outdoors is in the house. I'm going to get them onto the wheel right now. And Anne-Marie Love XX is somebody I just caught live actually a couple of hours ago. She was in the kitchen again. And Anne-Marie Love XX, let's get your channel on the screen right now. Thank you again. Nobody Should Be Forgotten, and Anne-Marie Love XX for that extra generous support. Absolutely unnecessary, but very much appreciated, of course. And then 100 Proof Quilter is in the house. And Ben Cyan Games is asking, how does someone juggle more than one channel at a time? It is something I wouldn't wish on anybody. Some of you know that I run a few channels, but those of you who know that probably also know that I'm always behind with my own personal channel. Tuber Chat, we're very consistent. It takes priority for me, but I also have a second channel where I kind of just do variety and post whatever I can think of, tech reviews, a little bit of music work I did years ago, and whatever variety I can do, occasionally live streams. But it is a tough gig to do that. Half of my full-time gig, for those of you who don't already know, is actually running YouTube channels and other social media for somebody else. I used to run a couple of more channels, but I let them go because I had a couple of people who really just wanted to pay me to do it for them and didn't want to be involved very much, which is fine, but I didn't want to do that. It's much more of a difficult gig, and I don't think it's really worth it in the end. Whereas I am running channels now for somebody who is very much involved. But I also have my own, and then I do a little bit of Amazon and eBay work and other stuff. And then the other half of my full-time gig is spent outdoors doing construction work, if you can believe it, which might be shocking to a few people, including myself, but it's true. But that gives you a little bit of a hint as to the idea that there are people willing to pay for some of the things we all have to do, like thumbnails, like banners, like filming or editing, like planning, like scripting and descriptions, tags, hashtags, and all that other fun stuff, not to mention promoting. So if there are things you are great at and enjoy, you might be able to trade favors with people who do things that you don't enjoy, or you might be able to get paid for your services, and there's lots of websites out there like Gigwalk, Fiverr, Upwork, and other things where we can do those kinds of things if we want to. And then Anna Rehan, yeah, we don't, nobody will come when we ask. Just so you know, I don't want you to be disappointed when people don't come to your channel, but the more they see you ask, they won't come, because that's not what we do here. We focus on supporting others, and that's really the key to success here. I know it's not for everybody, but it's kind of what we do. So Anne-Marie Love XX is up here right now. This creator I've caught in the kitchen more than anything else, but she brings a lot of variety on her channel. So she streams almost daily now. I'm just going to grab one of her latest videos. I'm going to grab the second latest one just because it has got some more watch time than the latest one. It's very short, right? I'll put that in my catch-up list, and you know, I know you're monetized, so we'll get an extra 20 minutes of watch time there. Shorts videos on the channel have started to move into 4,000, almost 5,000 views, one over 5,000, which is great to see. And then when we get into live streams, like I said, it's almost daily. I just caught her 2 hours ago, and she did another one. So this is an example of what she's doing. She does some hauls. She wants to help us save some money, cooking, shopping, cleaning, and haul videos, of course, yes. So she's monetized, lots of ways to support her, including super chats and memberships. When we get there, she's working on 3,300 subscribers, and she's got a vibrant community that are very much interconnected with each other as well. She was really giving some great advice to some friends in the chat today. And all that fluff and stuff from Australia is here, and the house gaming experience with Kelly is going to be added to the wheel, as well as Roadhog. And hopefully I haven't missed anybody in the chat. As long as everybody's still active, we should get around to everybody. My copy paste doesn't seem to want to go as quickly as I wish it would. I find the biggest mistakes are usually made when we're rushing. It's truly the case for me all the time. Amuga, please, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. Everybody's willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description. You'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time, if that's what you would like. Tales Told in the Dark, good to see you here. Black Guns and Gardens is going to be added to the wheel because they happen to be a member. I am certain that I've missed a couple channels in the chat, and like I said, I certainly don't mean to. As long as everybody's still active in the chat, we should get around to saying hello to everyone. I will get through as many channels in the next 2.5 hours as I can. Our Georgia Suburban Homestead is here. Growing What I Eat is also in the house. And why do I always think that Monday nights are not going to be overly busy as some of our live streams? We always have at least 100 channels come through in a 3-hour period, but today is overwhelmingly busy. I don't know how I predict that, or whatever. You know what I'm talking about when I make up words like that. Growing What I Eat, I've got you on the wheel. Woman Outdoors, I hope I said hello, but I did put you on the wheel when you came in. And it's time for us to go for our first break. Now, I'm going to add a couple of sections to the wheel. I'll talk about that when we get back, but you've seen the notices come through from one of our robots there. And we'll see what's happening with April Showers Network when we get back in 3.5 minutes. All right, we're back and looking at another longtime friend. This is April Showers Network, somebody who somebody who also streams regularly, as a matter of fact, and they're out supporting other creators all the time. They're here in Tuber Chat frequently. They got 1,800 subscribers now. We'd love to push them a little bit farther towards the 1,900. We know that they must be thinking about. You can see these streams. They're going almost daily here. So I caught them the other day. Hopefully I'll catch them again soon. I've got their notification bell on, as I do for all creators. That's in the spirit of doing as much as we can for each other. And then so the promotion that we have, a lot of times there's a lot of self-promotion in the chat, and I just want to try to dial that back a little bit. You know, everybody's always watching what everybody else is saying in the chat. When you think about the idea of promoting your own content or promoting other live streams that are on while somebody else is live, a lot of people might watch that and say, hey, I might not want that in my channel. So they're making their decisions on who they're going to connect with by the things they see in the chat. When we are attentive, and especially to others, and thinking about generosity, how can we help more people? Not some of the other things that I've seen in the chat, then that's the key to success. So that's an idea. You know, I'm happy to promote a lot of the other things that are going on and talk about them, but I'm certainly not going to tell everybody to leave this live stream to go running and watch them right now. So that's just an idea, but you just want to keep that in mind, because when you're running a live stream or when you're going into other people's channels, you can find yourself getting timed out, banned, and worse, just for some of the things we say in the chat. So you just want to think about that and watch the self-promotion. Here in Tuber Chat, the idea is to be supporting other creators with the intention of becoming a long-time friend, fan, and follower of those channels. And the more we give to others, the more comes back to us. But, you know, when we read the chat, we see what everybody's saying. It's very easy to start getting other people's intentions very clear in our minds, if that makes sense. So I think our moderators for sure will understand what I'm getting at. But I know we've got quite a few new channels in the chat. It takes a little while to get the hang of this. But again, I say it over and over. The more we think about generosity and supporting other creators, the more people will flock to us. I promise you, because we've been at this for a few years now, and I've done this myself as well. Lots of people here in the Tuber Chat family will allow you to meet more friends and family members during their live streams and premieres and their live chats. We've all been at this for quite some time, and the idea is people are always watching what you say so that they can decide who they're going to pick next to become a friend. When they see you saying some of the things that we're not thinking a lot about talking about here, then they may not come as quickly, if that makes sense. So, Grave Prower, good to see you in the house. M&T Living and Cooking, good to have you here. Fishhead Videos is back, good to see you again. And April Showers Network is up on the screen right now. So again, we're talking about our shorts. So let's see how these are doing. Some of these have now gotten into 3,000, 4,000, even 5,000 views. One of them over 21,000 as a breakout shorts, which is great to see. And then, like I said, live streams are frequent. Videos are occasional. She puts these out usually once a week. So we'll see if she's going to have a new video shortly. And the conversation can go anywhere once we start here, but she gets into a lot of newsworthy content and things like that. Let's spin the wheel and we'll see who's coming up next. I did add a couple of sections to the wheel. So one of them is random name, because I want to have somebody who's not already on the wheel be able to come up quickly. I know sometimes it could be a very long wait, so this gives the chance for at least one channel to not have to maybe wait the whole 2.5 hours to get up on the wheel. We never know how long it's going to take. It could be minutes, it could be a long period of time, but in most cases, newer channels wait a little bit longer. So I want to try to speed that up for everybody. Do it in the fairest way that we can. And Rock Chick Beauty, thank you very much for the super chat. I really do appreciate that extra generous support. She's done that countless times, and for that reason, we're going to put her channel up on the screen next. I was looking forward to talking about Mike and Rihanna's Adventures channel. We'll talk about that in a second here. And I'm just cleaning up my wheel a little bit if I can. I don't know what on earth I'm typing here. Oh my goodness. We try as much as we can not to be distracted by the chat and let the moderators handle it. But sometimes it's a little bit distracting, you know what I mean, when we see things we're not expecting. Cruising Scene, good to see you in the house. Ace Flaw 1, forgive me, Andy. I didn't put you on the wheel yet. I'm going to put you on there right now. Andy from Ace Flaw 1 is a longtime friend. And we're going to try to move it today through channels. I'm going to try to go a little bit faster than I usually do. Oh, I missed that. I'm so sorry, Growing What I Eat. I don't know how I'm missing this stuff. I am watching the chat. I missed your super chat earlier. Thank goodness Scratchin' PPA does a much better job than I do at keeping track of what's going on here. But thank you for that. I'm going to put your channel up on the screen next, right before Rock Chick Beauty. And then we'll get back to spinning the wheel shortly. We're Super Rainbow Queen, good to see you in the house. From the other side of the fence, good to see you in the house. And then I'm going to take care of that right now. Emma Rehen, we can't have that kind of activity in the chat. We don't do that kind of thing here. So thank you, but that'll be it for today. Mike and Rihanna's Adventures is up on the screen right now. Pardon me. I think I said I missed a channel in the chat that I meant to put on the wheel. Forgive me if that's the case. As long as our members are active, there it is. Forgive me, From the Other Side of the Fence. I saw you come in a while ago, and that's okay. Thank you. Don't worry about that. From the Other Side of the Fence, that's a brand new channel that doesn't understand, and I wouldn't go running over there for any reason right now. I know that what I talk about here, and I've mentioned it many times before, is the idea that we have to reach out to others first. But in some cases, 1 out of 1,000, you do see a new channel come through the chat that either doesn't understand or doesn't agree with exactly the way we're doing things. In that case, you might want to just hold off for a second, especially when we see aggressive behavior or any kind of begging, whether it's even for watch hours or likes or, you know, please support this and that. You just want to be aware. I don't want to tell anybody what they should or shouldn't do, of course, ever. That's not my intention, but we have seen a lot of this kind of thing, you know, over the years. And I don't want anybody to spend their time with somebody who I know, you know, we can see the future sometimes, and somebody that will likely not support back, because that could be frustrating, right? Brandy's Unboxings and More still in the house. Jesse Miller Unboxings and More just put a super chat in the live chat here for us to look at Chelsea Gainey's channel. So thank you for that. It's an incredibly generous thing to have done. I will put that channel up right after Rock Chick Beauty. I do need a haircut. I'm on the verge of needing a haircut, and I don't know what it is about the shape of my head, but I've been going to the same girl for longer than I want to admit to have my hair done, and for some reason one side starts to grow longer than the other every time I'm due. I have to get my haircut like every 4 or 5 weeks at the latest. Kevin Reed, good to see you in the house. And I go through an unreasonable amount of got to be gel, pasty, horrible stuff that you shouldn't be. I think my hairline's receding faster than it should because of the abuse that I give it. Some of you have noticed I haven't been putting the stuff in my hair as much lately because of that. But yeah, it's something else. But there's not much I can do about that. It's getting long. You're right, Michael's Adventures. I'm gonna have to look at that next week again. Mike and Rihanna's Adventures is up on the screen. Now we've got 2 channels that might be confusing the way I'm talking right now. Michael's Adventures is a dear friend. He's a beloved and dedicated moderator here. And, he is talking about my haircut. Mike and Rihanna's Adventures, however, are another couple of creators that are bringing us a lot of travel and some couples vlogging on their channel. Think Dragon, thank you very much for that extremely generous super chat. I really do appreciate that extra generous support and especially the kind words. So because of that, of course, we're going to put your channel up onto the screen right after Jesse Miller unboxings and more. As we usually do. We always put Super Chatters on the screen right away. We put members on the wheel as soon as we see them in the chat. After a period of time, I will add some names to the wheel from our chat list based on who's been most actively engaged in conversation. And I've got a section on the wheel now, as well as our clear the wheel, called random names. So I'll get somebody on there, hopefully sooner than later today. We'll see. And then, yes, it should be costing less for my haircuts as I get older. Locked in Night 801 Gaming, good to see you in the house. Thank you for that, Henry Nelson. I whine and complain about my hair all the time. Sailor Stacking, thank you for the gifted membership. I really do appreciate that extra generous support. Kat Lynn will be happy to have picked that up. I'm going to get Sailor Stacking on our list, and we're going to get them up onto the screen shortly. And thank you, everybody. I know we've got a lot of kind words in the chat. I don't mean to sound like I'm losing patience. I know I got a little bit close to it earlier, just because there's a bit of either self-promotion or talking about things that are not quite what we're hoping to do here. And the only reason that I might get close to the edge of, let's say, frustration, which I don't even want to admit, is just because I want everybody to get as much value out of the time you spend here as possible. And I know my speeches get long sometimes, but that's truly what I wish. If you wonder, what on earth does this guy on the screen like even care about my channel? I promise you I do. I know what it's like to be doing something on the side, thinking about a business or a project, or in our case, YouTube channels. Most of us are thinking about monetization. Not everybody, but probably 99%. And I know how much $20, $50, $100 a month can be life-changing for people. So I want you to get as much value as you can out of the time that you spend here. We do that by trying to control the chat a little bit. And then, you know, I really do wish for you to get what you want out of YouTube, whether it's monetization or not. There's 50 million different reasons, literally, why people come to YouTube, and they have different goals, different dreams. And I just want to give everybody a place where they can meet each other, right? Because we know that this works. I'm certainly not the first one. There was many before we started doing this 3.5 years ago. But I want everybody to be able to meet friends that we know will be longtime true supporters because of what we've been through and the way that we talk here. That's why you hear me say the things that I say. Sometimes it sounds a little over the top, but I promise you it's intentional so that everybody in the chat understands what we truly are doing. If you could see the future by what I tell in the stories that I talk about here, you will be able to see that there are generous creators just dying to meet you, and this is just one place where that can happen. And most of the creators here in the Tuber Chat family will allow you to do the same thing in their live chats when you get over there. Thank you, all that fluff and stuff. Thank you, everybody, for the thank you, everyone, for the kind words in the chat. Amuga, please. Thank you for that. I hope I'm pronouncing that right still, by the way. Okay, so let's get back to channels in a second here. Katie's Kitchen, thank you so much for the super chat. I really do appreciate that extra generous support. Again, absolutely unnecessary, but very much appreciated always. And I'm going to get your channel up onto the screen right after Sailor Stacking. We've got a little bit of a list building up again, so I'm going to try to move it now. So Mike and Rihanna's Adventures are up on the screen right now. These creators are getting close to 3,000 subscribers, and they are truly making themselves a part of the YouTube community. You will probably recognize them as soon as you see them here. If you spent any time here in Tuber Chat, they're with us every single day, and they're out on other people's channels in StreamYard panels all the time. They've been producing a lot of vlogging content. For the argument's sake, it's couples channel as well as a travel channel. They got lots of travel content already built up and coming up. So what they're doing right now is keeping up with our friends in the cruising community. They made a couple of new playlists. So they've got Booze Cruise 2023, and then they've got non-group cruise, because we got a lot of friends out on cruise ships right now. And that's really cool. It's a huge, very supportive community, and it'll be great to be able to keep up with them. So Mike and Rihanna's Adventures are doing that for us. Mike is a travel agent. He brings travel talk as well as a series of live streams involving travel, and then he's found on a lot of other people's channels. Mike and Rihanna themselves are fellow Canadians from Medicine Hat, Alberta. They could be taking us indoors, outdoors, a chance to get to know them, or out on an adventure. And they've got some shorts videos on their channel as well that have done really well, getting into 2,300, 2,400 views, one over 3,000. And then live streams, like I said, are frequent. They've got two series, one called Sunday Fun Day, and then they've got Across the Waves, which is now happening every Wednesday. I really enjoyed the last one. They had a few guests on there, and they were simulcasting. They were talking about Bermuda and cruising, and I thought it was great. So hopefully everybody will enjoy connecting with them. I've taken their latest video, put it in my catch-up list so that I can catch up with them a little bit or stay caught up. And hopefully everybody will enjoy connecting with Mike and Rihanna's Adventures. I know you will enjoy the support that comes back from them. I just want to show you Rihanna's life adventures before we get to the next channel. And this creator now has close to 100 subscribers on this channel. But this is Rihanna from Mike and Rihanna's Adventures. So this is a complimentary channel where they bring more complimentary content, including shorts, which we see here, which have already started to move, and then videos, which are frequent, and then live streams where they're simulcasting the Across the Waves series. So this gives us a chance to get to know Rihanna a little bit better as well. Jonathan Sturgill, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. I'm going to get you onto the wheel because you happen to be a member. And then I see we've got some more action in the chat. Outgoing Azzy is going to fall off his chair with excitement, I promise you, when he finds out he's been gifted. Oh, never mind. He's right there. When he finds out he's been gifted that membership from Women Outdoors. So thank you for that. She's done things like that many times before. It's an incredibly generous thing to have done. Outgoing Azzy's in the chat, so I'll get him on the wheel right now as a member. Kimberly Gila's in the house. Thank you for being here. And Lil Red and Bunny Tracks are with us. They are longtime friends as well, of about 3 years, getting close to it. Now, again, hopefully I haven't missed anybody in the chat. As long as everybody's still active, we should get around to everybody. And let's look next at Growing What I Eat. So this is a creator who wants to grow as much food as possible, become more self-sufficient, and share that journey along with tips and tricks with us. We've got lots of friends in the homesteading community of channels, and I group a lot of things in there: gardening, farming, ranching, even fishing, camping, hiking, and other outdoor types of things. A lot of these creators bring us as much indoor content as outdoor content. But they have a similar mentality, it seems, in wanting to share knowledge and resources with each other and with others. So Growing What I Eat is now on the road to 1K. They've got 937 subscribers. When we look at their shorts videos, we see that these have now gotten into up to over 2,000 views. One of them over 4,100 though. And then when we get into live streams, these are occasional. It's been a while since I caught them. They did one a couple of weeks ago again. I hope I can catch you for one of these. But again, we've always got notification bells on for every single channel, and I'm going to take their latest video and I'm going to put this into my catch-up list. It's quite short, but that will give me a chance to catch up a little bit and catch one of their latest pieces of content. And then next up, thank you again, by the way, Growing What I Eat, for your contribution. I certainly do appreciate the extra generosity. They've done that kind of thing many times before. Rock Chick Beauty dropped a super chat as well. I'm going to get them onto the screen right now, and we'll see what they've got going on in the UK, where it's got to be 3 in the morning now, as a matter of fact. And all that fluff and stuff. Thank you for gifting another membership. We're going to get all that fluff and stuff on our list. We'll be bringing their channel up right after Woman Outdoors. And then I see Ambi Crafts Reads is a fairly new channel. I think they've only been here once before. But it's great, and this is an example. We never know who's going to get those gifted memberships. It's random. It could be somebody brand new in the chat, somebody who's been with us 100 times before. Great Lakes Adventures, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. And again, hopefully I haven't missed anybody. As long as everybody's still active, we should get around to everybody. When we look at Rock Chick Beauty, we see a creator that wants to bring us all things alternative, and you'll notice that she's got presentation on the forefront of her mind. She has professional looking thumbnails, always with bright, bold headshots that make her recognizable. That's going to pay off in the YouTube recommendation engine when YouTube presents a video to somebody who's already enjoyed one of her productions. They will likely be inclined then to click on that and watch her before anybody else again, which is great. So Rock Chick Beauty dresses up her channel all the time. She often fixes up her banner for different holidays and special occasions and things like that, as well as her avatar. And then when we look at her shorts videos, we see that these have now gotten into 1,200, 1,700, even 2,800 views. And then live streams are occasional on the channel. She's been known to do lots and lots and lots of live streams. I've actually joined her many times on other channels as well. She is somebody who hosts StreamYard panels occasionally and has been known to catch a lot of other creators by hopping in on their StreamYard panels as well. And then, yeah, that's really cool. Outgoing Azzy, Woman Outdoors just, I think, did that a moment ago. Am I right? So YouTube tells us who receives the gifted memberships and who had gifted those for a brief moment in the chat. So Woman Outdoors just happens to be the gifted membership which you received, but we've had lots of that activity today, an overwhelming amount, as a matter of fact. Think Dragon actually took over our stream boss position, by the way. We still have yet to look at that channel, but I'm going to try to move it a little bit faster now. So let's see. And thank you again, Rock Chick Beauty. She does this, she's done that countless times. Drop in super chats like that. Absolutely unnecessary, but very much appreciated. She's been a dear friend a very long time. Obviously a generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter. Hopefully I'm not missing anything else in the chat, and I'll try to catch up in another moment. Growing What I Eat, thank you for another super chat. I really do appreciate this extra generous support. And that's the channel we just looked at. I know I'm moving a little bit faster today than I usually do, but you can see we've got an overwhelmingly busy chat. I've still got 40 channels to go through before we even think about adding any more onto the wheel, but we'll be here for another 2 hours. Lots of time to put lots of channels on the screen, and then we'll be going over to Emotion for a premiere where we can continue what we're doing. Chelsea Gainey is a brand new channel that's come into the chat from our friend Jesse Miller Unboxings and More. And Jesse Miller actually dropped a super chat so that we would look at this channel right away, which is an incredibly generous thing to do. We're grateful for that because we can't get to every channel every single day, of course, right? We try. So Chelsea Gainey, I don't watch videos or subscribe while I live stream, but what I'm going to do is take one of your latest videos. I'm going to put this in a special playlist that we all have called Watch Later. What that will allow me to do is after the live stream today, I'll go through my Watch Later list. I'll watch your video in full. I'll leave you a meaningful, genuine comment related to the content of your video. I'll give you a thumbs up, subscribe, and turn your notification bell on, as we do for all creators. That should make our connection stick, and then hopefully you have our notification bell on as well so you don't miss our further live streams. We are usually here 3, sometimes 4 times a week, but we mix up the days and times so that we can meet different creators from around the world in different time zones. So that super chat was dropped by Jesse Miller Unboxings and More. It's an incredibly generous thing to have done, so we're happy to have seen Chelsea Gainey's channel, so thank you for that. And I see that It's Our Abundant Life is coming and dropping a super chat as well. They've done that countless times, and I appreciate that also. We'll get their channel ready to go. They happen to be a member as well. And we're going to look at Think Dragon next. They dropped a monster super chat just a few moments ago. They're our stream boss right now. We'll see what's up with their channel in a second. Jesse Miller Unboxings and More has 1,700 subscribers. I'm hoping we can push them a little bit farther towards the 1,800 that they're thinking about. I'm just going to grab their latest video. I'm going to put this in my catch-up list. That will give me a chance to stay caught up. Jesse Miller Unboxings and More has been a longtime friend. I'm thinking at least 2 years. It could be almost as much as 3, as a matter of fact. And hopefully you take inspiration from the idea that I'm actually losing track of the length of time some of these creators have been friends, for which I'm grateful. Now, Jesse Miller Unboxings and More supports on all of my channels, and the reason why I mention that for you is so that you can understand the kind of support you can expect back from a creator like this. So I think it's obvious when we think about the idea of Unboxings and More what she's going to bring us. She does subscription boxes, independent unboxing videos, and she does them frequently. She's usually bringing out at least a couple a week. I'm going to look at her shorts videos. We'll see how these are doing. These have gotten into 1,200, 1,300, even 2,200 views and beyond. When we get into live streams, we see that this creator posts these occasionally, but we've got our notification bell on, so as soon as she does another one, hopefully we'll catch that. We always put notification bells on for every channel. That's in the spirit of doing as much as we can for each other. Think Dragon is coming up right now. They dropped a monster super chat in the chat. I really do appreciate that extra generous support. That's $100. I really do appreciate that. It's absolutely unnecessary, but very much appreciated, of course. I thought we'd had that channel on the screen before, but is this the first time we're going to look at Think Dragon? I think I've seen them out supporting others as well. They are extremely close to the 1,000 milestone as well, officially on the road to 1K. They've only got 11 subscribers to go. You can see that this is an unbelievably generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter. Now, again, I don't watch videos or subscribe while I live stream, so what I'm going to do is dig through your content. I usually try to look for videos that are a little bit longer if you have one, so I'm going to take this 9-minute and 15-second video. I'm going to put that in my catch-up list. Some Guns N' Roses there. Kristen Welton was wearing a Guns N' Roses t-shirt in her last video. I'm going to put that video on my watch later list. What that will allow me to do is after the live stream today, I'll go through my watch later list. I'll watch that video in full. I'll leave a meaningful, genuine comment related to the content of that video. I'll give you a thumbs up, subscribe, and turn your notification bell on. That should make our connection stick. And then hopefully you have our notification bell on as well. I imagine you already do. We've seen you before, and I really do appreciate that extra generous support. So thank you again very much for that. I'm overwhelmed, and forgive me. I would usually take a little bit more time to display my gratitude, but we're racing through channels here. So thank you for that, and for the kind words that you sent along with that super chat as well. You know, I'm always happy to be here to talk for 3 hours, but the truth is the magic happens in the chat. We're all here just to support each other, and I just put channels on the screen while we do that. So we've got another couple of creators who just dropped super chats right now. So that's a husband and wife combo. It's Our Abundant Life and JR Excavating and Sons. So we're going to look at those channels right after all that fluff and stuff. But Sailor Stacking came in and gifted a super chat as well. Or sorry, gifted a membership as well, so I really do appreciate that. And Think Dragon, I'm looking forward to going through your content as well. CNS Travel, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. Oh, I'm sorry. Sturgill. Yes, I will remember that from now on. Jonathan Sturgill. Thank you. I know I've said it incorrectly a few times, but if that's the case for anybody, if I mispronounce your channel name while you're here, because I'm always guessing, right, if it's not clear, then just please correct me, because I always want to promote everybody as well as I can while you're here, right? We always want to hear our channel names pronounced correctly. That's part of branding, so that people start to recognize it when they hear it in other places as well. Important stuff. Cooking with Net picked up a gifted membership. That's great. I've got them on the wheel now. Precious Gems is also a member. I'm going to put them on the wheel. Maritza's Yarn and Crafts has come in. I'm going to get them on here as well. And what we're looking at right now is Sailor Stacking. So this is a creator. Let me read their about page so I give a accurate description. So they'll be discussing, they'll be discussing silver and gold stacking. Their strategy is to stack weight as a savings and SHTF situation. So forgive me, I got to learn about that terminology. They also want to keep it barterable If need be, yes, absolutely. So what Sailor Stacking is talking about is the idea of precious metals. And myself personally, I'm a big fan of precious metals. What we're talking about is silver and gold. They have truly been money that have stood the test of time. Even today in 2023, when crypto's been out for a couple of decades now and NFTs are really starting to heat up like more than we might have imagined in just a short time. AI is all over the place. We don't know what that's going to bring, but we talk about digital currencies. But regardless of all the fiat currency that we all deal with, which is our dollars, our pounds, our euros, and things like that, Sailor Stacking is going to be able to explain to us the benefits or ideas behind precious metals and numismatic collectible coins, as a matter of fact, because there's a big difference there. I'll leave it for them to discuss that. So they've got some pretty short videos here, but I'm going to take one, I'm going to put it in my catch-up list just so I can get another piece of content watched. One of the things I like about putting channels on the screen here in Superchat is that over time I get to know the channels, and over weeks and months by watching content and hanging out in live streams or premieres, I get to know the content a bit. And if you want to connect on the outside social networks, I'm always happy to get to know creators in that way as well. I'm on Instagram all the time, Facebook most of the time, and Twitter some of the time as well. So you can see some of the ideas that they've got here for numismatics and precious metals. So lots of their shorts have gotten into well over 600 views, and they've got some live streams as well, which are fairly frequent. They're doing these every couple of days by the look of it, every 2, 3, 4 days. So hopefully everybody will connect with them. They're monetized, lots of ways to support them, including super chats and memberships when we get there, and I'm looking forward to catching another piece of content from them shortly. Don Yarndall, thank you so much for coming in and grabbing that membership again. I'm going to put you on the wheel right away. We always put members on the wheel as soon as we see them in the chat. Hopefully I haven't missed anybody. As long as everybody's still active, we should get around to everybody. And then next up is going to be Katie's Kitchen. So thank you again, Sailor Stacking. I really do appreciate that extra generous support. Katie's Kitchen dropped a super chat as well. I really do appreciate that. I've got them coming up on the screen. Katie's Kitchen has been a friend for quite some time now. We're going to talk about her content in a second. I see that Rudin and Essential Oils is in the house. I'm going to get them onto the wheel. They happen to be a member. And again, we always put members on the wheel right away. And then thank you, Chelsea Gainey. We hope to see you again. We expect to be here tomorrow at the same time. And I forgot, today's Sunday, not Monday. Why did I say it was Monday earlier? I should have known better. So it's Sunday today, yes. Tomorrow we expect to do a stream if we can, which we usually don't. And then on Wednesday we expect to do one again. I'm trying to get back to 4 days a week as quick as I can. So Katie's Kitchen is here with 310 subscribers. I'm hoping we can push her a little bit farther towards the 400 that she's thinking about. She's going to bring us some grocery hauls, cooking, canning, gaming videos. She wants to share her passions, and we can follow that in videos as well as shorts. And some of these have really moved as well into 1,600 views and beyond. 2 breakout shorts here, over 6,600 and 8,300. Maciel Family Adventures, good to see you in the house. That's the second channel from Drunken Chef Barbecue. Budgeting Just Because is in the house to help us with our finances. Together We Travel is here. Good to see you in the chat. And then Katie's Kitchen has got some live streams. She just did a few a month ago, and we'll see if she's going to pick those back up. But like I keep saying, we've got notification bells on for every single channel. And then, yeah, I probably threw a few people off Bipolar Aquatics by saying it was Monday. I said it earlier, like, oh, these Monday streams. I didn't expect it to be so busy. No, it's Sunday. And therefore, yes, I should be a little bit less surprised. Woman Outdoors gifted a membership earlier. You'll have to forgive me. I'm struggling with the chat trying to move while we're so overwhelmingly busy today. Woman Outdoors has been a dear friend for a very long time, an extremely generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter. And she gifted a membership. She's done things like that many times before. I really do appreciate that extra generous support. Outgo and Azzy happened to pick up that one. I know he's excited. Canadian Family Life, thank you for the highlighted milestone message. You'll notice those things knock a little bit of life off of our stream boss. Think Dragon dropped a monster super chat earlier and became our stream boss, for which I'm incredibly grateful. Gives you a little bit of exposure for a short period of time there. And you notice that the membership and super chats have a time limit for how long they sit at the top of the chat there, and I think Dragon will be up there for another long while, as a matter of fact. Canadian Family Life with that highlighted milestone message, as a matter of fact, just took over that position. So she'll be the stream boss for a little while. And it's interesting to know that those free bonuses, which are those highlighted milestone messages that every member gets on any channel that they're enabled once a month, can affect the stream boss. So it's a fun little tidbit of information that can make that even more fun and more challenging. Woman Outdoors is here, and I said this is an incredibly generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter. She has been for a very long time. She has a one-of-a-kind channel in the Tuber Chat family because this is primarily a camping channel. Now, she does other activities. She does outdoor cooking, outdoor activities, lots of product reviews lately, and she could be indoors or outdoors. She does some live streaming. She hops in on lots of other people's live streams as well. And she's got 1,300 subscribers. Don Yarndall, thank you for the gifted membership. I really do appreciate that extra generous support. I'm sure Conspiracy Music will be happy to have that, and we might even see them come in. Sometimes the notifications for these gifted memberships have creators come into the stream before it ends, as a matter of fact. So I've got Tips World Talks on the wheel as well. And Don Yarndall, I'm going to put your channel up on the screen right after JR Excavating and Sons. I've got a small list. We're working our way through it, but I really do appreciate all this extra generous support today. It's been overwhelming. We will get back to spinning the wheel, and I will at some point add a couple of names onto the wheel from our chat list as a minimum. We've still got well over an hour and a half to go. Lots of time to put lots of channels on the screen, and then Emotion will give us a chance to extend that time during their premiere. So Woman Outdoors as well, like I said, does some live streams. We see this creator frequently on other people's channels. One of the things I talk about with her channel particularly every time it's on the screen, which is almost every day here, is the idea that she is able to bring us all 4 seasons on this channel. So we get the extreme cold, the extreme heat, the sun, the wind, the rain, everything in between. And I think that's really compelling because she takes us to some interesting places to either explore or go camping, and she combines her outdoor cooking and different types of things with that. Some product reviews lately have really been for some interesting things, like this tent outside of the truck, and then she's got another tent. Where was the other tent review? Here it is. It was earlier than that, and then she's got some other camping gear and things like that, which is really cool. So hopefully everybody will enjoy that. She's been a dear friend to a lot of us here in the Tuber Chat family for a long time as well. I think Just Jason Keto and More just updated his avatar. I think he updated it like right now. And forgive me if I've missed anybody in the chat. Woman Outdoors got a premiere. This is the one that's coming up tomorrow. So at 3 o'clock tomorrow Eastern, she'll be coming up with that premiere. And, oh, that's an abandoned location exploration. So that'll be interesting. But thank you again, Woman Outdoors, for the gifted membership. She's done things like that before many times. So has all that fluff and stuff. Both of these creators incredibly generous, loyal, and dedicated supporters. Now, all that fluff and stuff comes to us from Australia. We're going to look at It's Our Abundant Life in a moment, JR Excavating and Sons, and Don Yarndall. And then we'll get back to spinning the wheel shortly. Think Dragon, again, still at the top of the chat there, so hopefully everybody will connect with them. An incredibly generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter, and looking forward to getting through their content as well. Remember, here in Tuber Chat, you know, I talk about it frequently, but success comes from reaching out to other creators and supporting them first with all the things they wish we would do for, or we wish they would do for us. Making that first move, it gives the chance to get a friendship started, if that makes sense. And that's how the magic in this idea works. Growing What I Eat, thank you so much for the gifted membership as well. I know Andale Homestead will be happy to have that as well. And then thank you, Michael's Adventures. I can still put you on. I'll just be quick with the channels today when I go through them. I don't really want to take anybody off. I know Michael's Adventures is a beloved and dedicated moderator. He's likely offering to give up his spot on the wheel to, you know, give it up for somebody else or something. He's an incredibly giving creator and does a lot for creators that is actually unseen, as a matter of fact, when it comes to helping with watch hours and things like that. But he will be willing to swap with you. He's got over 3,000 videos on his channel. He chops that up into playlists, and he brings us a lot of outdoor content. But yeah, only if you insist, but otherwise I really want to have the channel on the screen, even if I go through it very quickly. Growing What I Eat, thank you again for another gifted membership. All of this generosity is absolutely unnecessary, but very much appreciated. Of course, Comic Journeys, a fairly new channel in the Tuber Chat family, but I'm sure they'll be happy to have that as well. You notice every time one of these things happen, their link is dropped in the chat, so Growing What I Eat just did that a few times today, and their link gets dropped each time. So as well, you get the instructions for how to allow gifts on your channel if it's not already enabled for everybody in the chat. And all that fluff and stuff is on the screen right now. So this creator comes to us from the Whit Sundays in Australia. And more than anything else, they started out by bringing us on the water for reef fishing, mud crabbing, snorkeling, and other water-based activities like traditional fishing. This creator now is well over 5,200 subscribers, and you know that I say of channels of this size that there must be much to be learned from them, as well as entertained and inspired by, because of what they must have been through in their YouTube journey to get to a level of, let's say, 3,000 and beyond. 3,000 seems to be a very telling marker. They've got a brand new video, more snorkeling here. It's not brand new, but it's brand new to me. It's 3 weeks ago. I'm going to put that in my catch-up list. That'll give me a chance to catch up with them. They've put out a lot of more produced content lately, but this creator as well gave us a hint a long time ago about the idea of using shorts to promote long-form videos. They've been doing that for a long time. Now YouTube actually gives us tools to make that a little bit easier. You can link to a long-form video from any shorts. And it's a great tool. I hope everybody starts using that if you haven't already, if you're making shorts. And then they've got shorts that have moved well into almost 10,000 views here, but one over 14,000, one over 16,000 as well. Budgeting just because? Oh, is Just Jason Keto heading out? Thank you. Just Jason Keto actually is usually live every week on Thursday, but he's here with us every single day in Tuber Chat, for which I'm grateful, every day that he can be. So all that fluff and stuff as well has got some live streams here. They just did one a couple of days ago. They seem to be bringing these. I wonder if they're doing a weekly thing, because they did this 9 days ago, 2 days ago. We'll keep an eye on the channel and see if that's the case. But like I said, we've always got notification bells on for every channel. And of course, all that fluff and stuff is monetized. Lots of ways to support them, including super chats and memberships. When we get there, they are a very much loved, generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter. So thank you for that gifted membership. All that fluff and stuff. It's Our Abundant Life is coming up. This creator and their husband both dropped super chats. That's JR Excavating and Sons. We'll look at that channel next, right before Don Yarndall, and then we'll think about getting back to spinning the wheel soon. Tina A. Wawarandang, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. And hopefully I haven't missed anybody in the chat. As long as everybody's still active, we should get around to everybody. It's Our Abundant Life is here with 593 subscribers right now. They're getting dangerously close to 600. I'm hoping we can push them a little bit farther towards that milestone. I see they've got another brand new video. They've been doing a few of these healthy recipes, as a matter of fact. I think there's probably more on the channel than I thought, but there was one, these gluten-free brownies the other day that they did as well. I guess it's a month ago now, but I watched that as well. So they've got a lot of variety. I talk about this channel possibly coming to us from the homesteading community of channels, but I say that because they're half the time indoors, half the time outdoors. They could be taking us on an adventure. They've got shorts on the channel as well. These have moved into 5,000 views, one of them over 7,300. Which is great to see, and they have been an incredibly generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter ever since finding us. They mention God, family, and everything in between. They are a Christ-following, faith-filled, fun-loving family, hoping to bring joy and laughter to our days as they share their everyday life with us. They are homesteading wholeheartedly, working diligently, playing passionately, serving faithfully, and loving relentlessly. And then we're going to look at their husband's channel as well, JR Excavating and Sons. I mentioned it earlier in the stream, but some of you may know that half of my full-time job in the good weather months takes me outdoors to do some lighter versions of some of the work that we find on this particular channel. They're working with concrete, they're working with asphalt, they are doing site work, grading, paving, as well as utility work. So they've got some videos here. They just put one out a week ago. Their videos tend to be fairly short. But these have started to move, and then their shorts, they've got a breakout shorts here, which has got 52,000 views on it, which is great to see, and lots of them into 3,000 views, almost 4,000, and even well over 5,000 on many of these. One of the things I mentioned the last time I talked about this channel, I believe, was the idea that, you know, a lot of us see construction, but we're either driving by or walking by. If you haven't ever worked in the construction industry, you might not actually have the moment to have seen how some of the stuff is done. But it can be interesting to understand what on earth is going on around or underneath a lot of the things that we see every day. So JR Excavating and Sons is doing all kinds of really heavy work and giving us a chance to see how all this is done. I hope you'll check out this channel and see what I'm talking about. It can be really interesting. I was joking with a friend the other day. I said, remember when we were kids and they'd show us those TV programs in between the cartoons that would show us like how milk was made going through a factory and things like that, and as kids we're probably just dying for the commercials to come back on. But these days when you find networks or channels like how it's made, people actually want to know how a lot of this stuff is done. And as a matter of fact, that makes this channel hit home for me, because this is how I got my start on YouTube. I started not with my own channel, but by running a channel for somebody else and filming the work that we do, knowing that people would want to see that. So sure enough, that channel now has gotten into thousands of subscribers and hundreds of thousands of views and everything else, and we expect the same from JR Excavating and Sons. So another generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter. Again, this is a husband and wife combo with separate channels, but they're never too far behind each other, and they've both done that kind of thing many times before. So thank you both again for your super chats. I really do appreciate that extra generous support. Absolutely unnecessary, but very much appreciated, of course. Legal-minded friends, Karen Cole is in the house. Making traffic for people is hard to deal with. Yeah, no doubt. And trying to, yeah, people are cruel. I bet you get a lot of yelling and derogatory stuff, because people just don't understand. You know how I describe this to people all the time? Because we have to deal with it with clients. When I do any of that work, it's for much smaller places most often. But I say, you know, people just want it fixed. They don't actually want us to fix it, right? They just want the thing completed, but they don't think about sometimes the work that it takes. But yeah, it's part of the game. Don Yarndall is up right now, and this creator is working on 800 subscribers. She gifted a membership as well and just picked up one for herself. Thank you, JR Excavating and Sons, for another super chat. I really do appreciate that extra generous support. Like I said, they've done that countless times before, them and their wife both. It's Our Abundant Life. Now, Don Yarndall's been a longtime friend, and this is a creator who I constantly get confused about, because I keep thinking that I see her on her own channel, but I think she's collaborating with other creators all the time as well. So she's got quite a few live streams, and we see these coming up from her. There we are with a StreamYard panel there. So I'm assuming that these creators are doing the StreamYard system where you can simulcast. Everybody gets to put the stream out, and therefore watch hours can be picked up on each channel, because different people are going to be watching on different channels. And once in a while, you get people watching 2 or 3 streams, even though they're the same, to try to help out with watch hours, which is cool. Don Yarndall, another dynamic creator, started with some shorts here. These have already surpassed 500 views, so hopefully they'll post some more, and they're posting frequently in regular traditional videos as well. I got the latest one and put that in my catch-up list so that I will use that to catch up with. Hopefully I'll catch you for those live streams. I've got the notification bells on for those. Even though I've got the notification bell on for every channel, and they're monetized. Lots of ways to support them, including super chats and memberships when we get there. So let's spin the wheel. We'll see who's coming up next. If anybody would like to swap playlists with each other for the purpose of gaining watch hours, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists in the chat. Other creators should reach out to you. If you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody's free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course. And then, if anybody hasn't already given a thumbs up for today's live stream, I hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. If you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to get that done. You don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded to give that thumbs up from time to time, especially when I'm on a phone. Think Dragon is still at the top of the chat because of that monster super chat they gave us a little while ago. So thank you for that again. And hopefully everybody will connect with them if you haven't already. The Stock Explorer is coming up in 3.5 minutes. All right, we're back and looking at a longtime dear friend, part of our moderator squad, and also happening to be a member. This is the Stock Explorer. We're going to talk about Nora's content in a moment here. Pardon me while my allergies are chasing me again. KP Heathen, good to see you in the house. VX Speaks Royally. Forgive me, I might not have put you on the wheel already, but I've got you on there now. Not sure if they're just hopping out. Gaming Experience with Kelly actually has 2 accounts. That's the Bullock Experience, so they might come in with the other channel. The Stock Explorer is here with almost 1,900 subscribers, and I'm hoping we can push them a little bit closer to that milestone. Nora is a dear friend and somebody who cares very much about their YouTube community. They've really been expanding the content on their channel, as a matter of fact. Legal Minded Friends, Karen Cole, thank you so much for the super chat. Absolutely unnecessary, but very much appreciated, of course. Pardon me. And for that reason, we're going to put your channel up on the screen right after First Floor Audio. And we'll do those next. We'll get back to spinning the wheel shortly. Now, Nora comes to us from Florida, and they've actually got a second channel that we'll look at shortly as well, where they're going to talk about plant life. On this channel, they seek to help us with the stock markets and crypto markets in a level-headed and down-to-earth way. So they bring beginner tutorials, advanced topics. They get into things like options trading, NFTs, and everything up to that. They do it in a level-headed and down-to-earth way through shorts, videos, and live streams. When we look through the videos, we often see product in hand. Sometimes there are charts and graphs for us to see. Sometimes there's friendly conversation on this chat, or on this channel. They bring a little bit of variety, and that comes through especially in the shorts video. Some of these have gotten into 2,000, 3,000, almost 4,000 views. One of them over 6,000, almost 7,000 actually. Live streams are frequent. They've been doing a lot of lottery ticket scratching with different creators on their channel. They do StreamYard panels all the time. Sometimes it's friendly conversation. Sometimes they're talking stocks or crypto. And sometimes they do interviews. I was lucky enough to be interviewed by them last year, about 8 months ago, I think it was. And we were actually together because of the Stock Explorer on Garden State Gardener's channel last year. And I made a recent reappearance on his channel, if that makes sense. So the Stock Explorer has been a dear friend for a long time. They just updated their banner. I'm not sure if the avatar's new. I feel like the avatar's new as well, but I could be mistaken. The banner, though, they've updated, which is great to see. And I'm going to show you their second channel as well. Now, Tropical Buzz is where Nora, the Stock Explorer, brings us plant life, some of which is already there, some of which they're going to grow themselves, but they want to educate us on this channel. Tropical Buzz, and they've got 241 subscribers over here, so I'm hoping we can push them a little bit farther towards the 300 we know that they're going to be thinking about. I spun the wheel right before we went on break, so we got the Stock Explorer and Tropical Buzz up here. Next up is First Floor Audio. That's Lee from the UK, a talented performer and producer. He dropped a super chat, and so did Legal Minded Friends Karen Cole. So we're going to look at both of these channels. We'll get back to spinning shortly. Venom for Life has been making frequent appearances here. That's been a friend for what I believe is 3 years now. And I hope everybody takes inspiration from the idea that some of these friendships really do last that long, and even longer, obviously, you can see. First Floor Audio's in the house, getting close to 1,300 subscribers now. What Lee is going to bring for us on this channel is his original works as a singer and a songwriter in music videos. We can enjoy all of his different productions individually. When we get into live streams, we're going to find series here where he sometimes has StreamYard panels, but a lot of these are compilations of a lot of his original works. And he is got a lot of diverse talent when it comes to both singing, songwriting, producing, and performing. As a matter of fact, if you can catch him for a live stream, he'll probably drag you right into the content and start including you in some of the music that he produces. So I'll leave it to you to see what I'm talking about there. He's done Tuber Chat songs again and again and again, and he's working on 1,300 subscribers, like I was saying. Shorts on this channel are just meant to promote the live streams, but he's also monetized. Lots of ways to support him, including super chats and memberships when we get there. Legal Minded Friends Karen Cole is coming up right now. We'll see what this creator's got going on. They're a UK lawyer, and they want to bring some legal information on their channel. They've also been collaborating with other creators recently. Grammy's Journal, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming back in. And again, hopefully I'm not missing anybody in the chat. As long as everybody's still active, we should get around to everybody. Legal Minded Friends Karen Cole has 893 subscribers. I'm hoping we can push her a little bit farther towards the 900 that she's thinking about. So legal information, very much different than legal advice. Whenever you're in the presence of an attorney, you can simply ask them which you're receiving. They'll let you know right away. But Legal Minded Friends Karen Cole is bringing up a are building up a catalog now of legal information for us, ideas about different types of trials and topics here, and then hopefully everybody will connect with her. We'd love to push her towards her 900 milestone, but I think everybody needs legal information in their life at some point. I think about the idea of law very much like I think about finance. We don't learn a lot of it, or any of it really, in the regular school systems unless you decide to go specialize in that in college and beyond afterwards. But I think we all are going to be faced with a little bit of legal information of some kind. So Legal Minded Friends Karen Cole is going to help us with this. Now, this creator, I'm still getting to know myself, but she's got 1,300 and 1,400 views on her shorts videos. Live streams are something that she's been doing occasionally as well. And she's got Yellow Shirt Dad up there, a good friend of ours. And then we'll keep an eye on the channel and see who else she's going to collaborate with here. And hopefully everybody will connect with her. I know you'll enjoy the support that comes back with her. She's here just about every day with us. So thank you again, Legal Minded Friends Karen Cole, for your super chat, and First Floor Audio as well. Absolutely unnecessary, but very much appreciated, of course. I'll spin the wheel. We'll get another channel up onto the screen in a moment. I'm moving a little bit faster through channels today than I usually do. We still got about an hour and 20 minutes to go. Lots of time to put lots of channels on the screen. Then we've got a premiere from our dear friend who's a member and a moderator here. That's Emotion. And he's another talented singer and songwriter. He's going to give us a chance to continue meeting friends and family members during his premiere. All of our moderators allow that during their live streams and premieres, as you would expect, and lots of other creators here in the Superchat family allow that as well. So Maritza's Yarn and Crafts is here with us frequently. They got 328 subscribers. I'm hoping we can push them towards the 400 that they're thinking about. Well, look at their shorts, because they got them front and center on the channel, and we see that these have moved into well over 700 views, almost 800 already, with just a few of these out there. So hopefully she'll produce some more. They tend to move farther and faster as we produce more and more. When we look at the latest video, we see they've got a 300 subscriber giveaway. I'm just going to grab the latest video. I'm going to put that in my catch-up list. That'll give me a chance to keep caught up with them. Playlists can be a great tool for that. If anybody in the house would like to swap playlists with each other for the purpose of gaining watch hours, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists in the chat. Other creators should reach out to you. If you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody's free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course. We'll spin the wheel. We'll get another channel coming up onto the screen. Cruising Scene is going to come up. We'll see what they've got going on today. We've got a lot of friends out cruising right now. We've got a really vibrant cruising and travel community here in the Superchat family and outside as well. And I'm just trying to find our channel. Cruising Scene. There they are. And we'll get them up onto the screen right now and see what they've got going on. About a year ago, we had a lot of travel and cruising channels come through, and that community continues to grow and is very supportive, of course, as you'd expect. But these creators are able to bring us content that we weren't really able to see for a few years there, at least a couple of years. You know what I'm talking about. A lot of travel and cruising wasn't possible for almost anybody on the planet. And now we're able to have this influx of content, especially this week. There's a big cruise with a lot of YouTubers there. Mike and Rihanna's Adventures are keeping track of that. They've got a couple of playlists we can look at to keep up with our friends. They're going to do a mix of vlogging, live streams, probably shorts as well. And Cruising Scene is here with 729 subscribers. So we'd love to push them towards the 800 that they're thinking about. And I just see Watch Us Decorate coming in. I'm just going to put them on the wheel. They happen to be a member. So I'm just looking at one of their cruises here. This video I ran, I did not watch this. I'm going to put this in my catch-up list because this is the New England, Canada cruise. And here I happen to be in Canada and we don't have the same type of cruising activity. We've got cruises that come through, but we don't have typical cruises. Like, you can't, as far as I know, go to the Caribbean from Canada. You got to go to the United States first, or catch one of the Caribbean countries, right? So it's interesting, and I've always wanted to see what's involved in this particular cruise, where they go through New England as well as Canada. So I'll have a look at that. I'm going to rerun it, because I ran it the first time. I'm going to make a point to watch that. And then when we go through their videos, we see they post frequently. They've also got a brand new video here, so I'm going to put this in my catch-up list as well. And then they've got some shorts videos on their channel that have started to move into 2,500, 2,600 views, one over 8,100, which is great to see. Live streams are occasional on the channel. They did one a year ago. We'll see if they're going to pick those back up. But again, we've got the notification bell on for every channel. That's in the spirit of doing as much as we can for each other. So I enjoy getting to know channels and creators, and the About page is a great chance for everybody to give their viewers and supporters an idea of what to expect on the channel, a chance to get to know them. So Sharon and Gary from Texas are bringing us Cruising Scene, and I hope everybody will connect with them. Sharon and Gary are there. We'll spin the wheel. We'll get another channel up onto the screen in a moment, and we'll see what Ria's Blissful Connections has got going on. I added an extra clear the wheel section onto the wheel, hoping that that's going to come up at some point soon. And what that means is that when we see that come up on the when it comes up from the wheel, Ria's Blissful Connections, when we see that section clear the wheel come up, what I'm going to do is wipe all the names off the wheel that are on there and reload with any of the members that we haven't already seen, and then we'll continue from that point. We never know when it's going to come up, but it gives us a chance to get through some more new channels as well. And I added a new section on the wheel called Random Name, and what that means, not exactly random, but I'm going to grab somebody from the chat that's not already been on the wheel, so everybody has a chance to get on at some point. Now, Ria's Blissful Connections is at 989 subscribers. They're getting dangerously close to that magical 1K. It's a wonderful milestone in all of our YouTube journeys. They've got some shorts here, and I'm just going to see how these have moved, but they've gotten into a couple hundred views almost, and then one of them over 4,800, which is great to see. Ria's Blissful Connections is another channel I'm still getting to know, but I'm just going to grab their latest video about a morning routine. I'm going to put that into my catch-up list. That's a playlist I use to keep caught up with creators. Playlists can be a great tool for that. And then it's time for us to spin again. Think Dragon is still at the top of the chat there. They dropped a monster super chat a while ago, and you notice that those things sometimes stick around the chat for quite some time. So Think Dragon, obviously a generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter. I'm hoping everybody will connect with them if you haven't already. And Ben Cyan Games is coming up right now. This creator is doing, let me read what they're calling it, the Forever-a-thon Marathon. They're streaming almost every single day, everywhere Forever-a-thon. And hopefully everybody will connect with them. They're working on watch hours right now, but they're working also on 4,200 subscribers. And Ben Cyan Games is going to mix up some talking head videos with a lot of video gameplay. Sometimes they do things like words on stream where the chat can participate, which is really, really cool. And then they've got shorts videos that have gotten into 3,000, even 4,000, and halfway to 5,000 views. One of them over 519,000 views, and it's still going, as a matter of fact. Live streams on the channel are just about every single day, so hopefully everybody will connect with them. And like I said, that's the Everywhere Forever-a-thon, day 143. I think that's 143 days in a row that they've streamed, so hopefully everybody will connect with them. They've been a friend of ours for a long time. Horse Around Farms, good to see you back in the house again. Thanks for coming in, and we'll spin We'll get Scratchin' PPA up on the screen right now. He is very much known as a shining jewel in the Tuber Chat family and one of the most supportive creators that I've met in my own YouTube journey, which is now getting on beyond 6.5 years. And Scratchin' PPA brings an interesting twist on lottery ticket scratching in the main series of videos on his channel. He's got a premiere coming up. Those come up every Tuesday at 12:15 Eastern. He posts them on Saturday, so there's lots of time for us to get those notifications on. Make sure we catch it. You're going to find one of the fastest rolling chats during that premiere that you see in the Tuber Chat family. Faster than this, faster than most others. It is very fast paced, very high energy, a lot of fun to be a part of. And some of us have alarms on our phones. Some of us text each other to make sure that we don't miss his premiere. So I catch everyone that I can. He gives us an interesting twist on lottery ticket scratching, pitting two tickets against each other and giving us the opportunity to vote on the content of next week's video if we follow Scratchin' PPA on Instagram, Twitter, and or Facebook. If you want to know about the name, he started out as PA and then changed the name to Scratchin' Pete after he started his series of videos. He continues that today. He's got a bright, beautiful avatar that matches the thumbnails, which give us a hint about giveaways on his channel. He updates his banner every single week, and his video editing skills have been complimented ever since his very first production, so you can tell that he takes presentation seriously as well. He brought us his first ever live stream a couple of months ago when he went on vacation to Italy, and then brought us a lot of shorts on the channel as well. I think he's posting more than I thought. Yeah, I don't think I didn't see the fireworks one. Look at how sharply dressed he is there. Isn't that just a wonderful thumbnail? He's got a couple of these shorts that have gotten into 2,600, 2,700, and 3,000 views and beyond. Scratchin' PPA literally seems to be everywhere all the time, supporting other creators. And for anybody that's been connected with him, you know that they're going to say the same thing. Scratchin' PPA is definitely a shining jewel in the Tuber Chat family, and I don't know how he does it, but he supports us every single day for hours at a time. He supports every single thing that I do on every single channel that I touch, for which I thank God every single day. So the Gambler After Dark is here. I thought I was already connected to this creator, but maybe not with the Tuber Chat channel. They've got 11,000 subscribers now, so they've done really well building up. I'm just gonna look through their videos. Now, I don't watch videos or subscribe while I live stream. I think this might be the first time we've got them on the screen. That's why. What I'm going to do is look for a video that's a little bit longer. They're doing a lot of lottery ticket scratching. I'll take a really long video from them, this 37-minute one, and I'll put that in my watch later list. What that will allow me to do is after the live stream today, I'll go through my watch later list. I'll watch that video in full, leave a meaningful, genuine comment related to the content of that video. I'll give a thumbs up, subscribe, and put the notification bell on as I do for all creators. I've already got the notification on for your live stream coming up tomorrow. And that'll be right before Tuber Chat, actually. And then hopefully they have our notification bell on as well. But they've been here many times. This is just the first time we're putting them on the screen. So hopefully everybody will connect with them. And we've seen them many times before in the lottery ticket scratching genre and community of channels. Paul's Green Space is coming up right now. We'll see what this creator's got going on. They're going to help us with tips and tricks when it comes to the garden. They're growing over 30 different varieties of fruits and trees and plants and vines and everything in between. Paul's Green Space really caught my eye with their channel because they put out this video that said 30 plus different types of food in their suburban garden. Now, they get way beyond talking about just what they're growing. They give tips and tricks, and they go a little bit deeper by showing us some of the things that we can't grow together. Sometimes you try to put everything together in a garden, especially like as you're gaining experience. And Paul's Green Space can help us understand how one item might take over the garden and overshadow some of the other things. So that's an idea to think about. He also shows us what we can do when we're trying to grow something, doing all the right things, and it just won't grow. How we can try to fix the situation or think about replacing that particular item in the garden. He's got some shorts here as well that have done really well at 4,000, 5,000, and almost 6,000 views now. So I hope everybody will connect with him. He's over 1,300 subscribers. We'd love to push him towards the 1,400 subscribers we know he's thinking about. I'll spin the wheel. We'll get another channel up onto the screen, likely, and we'll see that it's going to be our Georgia Suburban Homestead. So we'll see what they've got going on. They're here with us frequently in Superchat as well. We'll put their channel up, and we've got a lot of friends in the homesteading community. So I group a lot of niches or categories together. I talk about farming, ranching, gardening together, along with other channels that bring us outdoor content like camping and fishing and hiking and things like this. A lot of these creators seem to have a similar mentality, wanting to share knowledge and resources with each other and with others. So I think that's incredibly generous in itself. It speaks volumes about the character of the creators behind the channels. And then, yes, I don't have a green thumb either. Legal-minded friends, Karen Cold. Myself, personally, I haven't grown anything since I was in high school, and that's eons ago. However, we were actually handed a basil plant and a tomato plant from our friends at Hope Bus. They literally put them in our hands when we went there for a visit, and I did a tour of their do-it-yourself RV. They're working on literally I think it's PCR it's called, but the bus company. They're doing a conversion. And, they went beyond motivation to force it on us. Kristen's been looking after that stuff. She's taken tons of basil off of that plant. We've had some of the tomatoes as well. And Kristen's now been inspired to get into more indoor gardening as well. And then Mr. Fulton Mraz. Good to see you in the house. He's always got interesting news for us. He's a longtime friend. Our Georgia Suburban Homestead, let's see what they've got going on. They want to grow their own food in a residential neighborhood. We certainly can do that. The idea is to become as self-sufficient as possible. They got a few new videos here. I'm just going to take one of their latest ones, the one by the banjos here, or the one with the banjos. I'm going to put this into my catch-up list. That'll give me a chance to catch up with them a little bit. They're at 962 subscribers, getting very close on their road to 1K. Actually, Aubrey, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. I just caught them for a live stream today or yesterday. So thank you for coming in. And then when we look at shorts videos on this channel, we see that our Georgia Suburban Homestead has gotten into over 5,000 views on a couple of these. They could be indoors or outdoors here as well. And then we'll look at their live streams. We see that these are occasional, but they might be bringing another one. They've been doing them about once a week, so they're about due for another one if they're going to keep them up. And we've got our notification bell on to make sure we catch it if they do. So let's spin the wheel. We'll get another channel, hopefully, ready to go. We'll see what's happening with that. Or it's going to be clear the wheel time. So it's actually just in time for our break. So what I'm going to do right this second is I'm going to wipe every name off the wheel except for anybody who's here, and I'm going to reload with anybody that's in the chat now. That gives us a chance to get through a few more channels probably within the next hour. Lots of time to put lots of channels on the screen. Let me just remove that section and the other clear the wheel section, so that we can see who's actually going to come up next. And then, yes, Sundays are your day. I was lucky to catch that. I was away from the computer most of the weekend. So if anybody hasn't given a thumbs up, I hope you will. If you'd like to swap playlists, just say I am willing to swap playlists in the chat. And then I'll take Michael's Adventures off. Thank you for that. And then I'll put Ace Flaw 1 up on the screen when we get back in 3.5 minutes. All right, we're back. So I cleared the wheel. And what we've done right now is put a couple more names on. So the members that I know are in the chat are on the wheel. If we have any members that are listening or running the stream or watching that have not been on the screen yet, then please just be active in the chat. I'll get you back onto the wheel. But I also added a couple more names. The mother and daughter duo is on there, along with Judgment Day Mike Harper, and we've still got a few names on there. So that gives us an opportunity to get more channels on the screen, especially from our chat list. I'll put the Bullock Experience on there. They've got a membership with their gaming channel, and then we'll spin the wheel shortly. So AceFlaw1 is here. This is Andy. And pardon me. Stand up and laying in the bed, yes. Andy brings us travel videos more than anything else. He's got 4,400 subscribers now. This is a creator who has been with me for well over 3.5 years, closer to 4 years, as a matter of fact, and been with us since the Superchat live stream started 3.5 years ago. So hopefully everybody takes inspiration from the idea that these friendships can last that long. There are literally people who will support you years into the future. That's okay, Jonathan Sturgill. We're way under control now. As soon as that clear the wheel thing comes up, we're under control, because I just take off any members that are on the wheel that are not in the chat. Is basically the idea. I know not everybody can be here every day and for hours at a time, but that's the fairest way I think I can do things now to make sure that we get the opportunity to have as many channels up on the screen as possible, but still giving a few new channels or channels that are supporting us every day that are unable to, do memberships and super chats and things like that. That's why we keep everything open here. Those kind of things are not available to everybody for a multitude of reasons. Some of it even has to do with geographics and platforms, right? So, we just want to make sure things are open. Lots of time to put lots of channels on the screen. We're still here for almost an hour. And we got a premiere coming up from Emotion, who's a member and a moderator. He'll let us continue meeting friends and family members on his channel. So, Jonathan Sturgill, I do have you on the wheel. I'll go through your channel quickly when it comes up, but thank you for the generosity. And then Babinola Adventures has been added. Carrie Leonard's back on the wheel. And we're ready to spin in a moment. So AceFlaw1 as well has got some shorts here. We'll see what he's got going on with these. He's just started posting them, but one of them's over 1,500 views already, which is great to see. So those will likely continue to grow as he posts more and more. He's expecting to take a vacation shortly, if not already. So we might see some new travel videos coming from him soon. We are going to look next at Babinola Adventures. This is another creator I see out supporting others all the time. I run into them constantly when I'm bouncing in between premieres and live streams. And then when we look at Babinola Adventures, we see 700 subscribers. I'm hoping we can push them a little bit farther towards the 800 that we're thinking about. Oh, that's okay. Smallholder Homestead. Yeah, thank you for mentioning it, but it's absolutely unnecessary here. That's why, I know it's a long time to wait to get on the wheel. I'm trying to find creative ways to speed things up so things can be fair for everyone. I don't want, people to feel like, anybody to feel like they have to super chat or have memberships and things like that. The other thing, too, is for anybody that's thinking about monetization, I can tell you right now, not just from my own channel, right? I've got 2 monetized channels now. I've monetized 3 more for somebody else. But between all of these channels, memberships come and go all the time for a multitude of reasons. One of the reasons people do that is because they want to support somebody for a while, but then they want to spread the love around, right? Not everybody has an unlimited budget. So if somebody's got, let's say $20 they can buy memberships every month with, right? They want to move those around so that they can give lots of different people the opportunity to have the benefit from that. And I think that's a really cool thing, but we see it all the time. So that's why I insist on keeping things open. That's why I talk the way I do. And like I say, those kind of things are absolutely unnecessary, very much appreciated, of course, but I try to keep things as fair as I possibly can, considering that we've been here for 3.5 years now. The streams are very busy, and I've got to cap them at 3 hours. You can hear my voice can only take that much. I'll be shocked if we're back in shape tomorrow to come back on, but we'll see. TCG fam, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. Bamanola Adventures, like I said, is out there supporting other creators all the time. This is a creator I'm still getting to know, but they got some shorts on their channel front and center, so we'll have a look at these. We see that some of these have already started to move into almost 4,000 views, almost 7,000 on one of them. Lots of outdoor content here. And when we look at their live streams, we see that these are coming up almost once a week, so we'll keep an eye on the channel, see if they're going to do some more of those. We've got the notification bell on for everybody always. I'm just going to take their latest lawn care maintenance video. I'm going to put this in my catch-up list. That'll give me a chance to watch another piece of content from them. And then when we look at their about page, they'll give you an idea of what to expect on the channel: lawn mowing, cooking, theater, dancing, ballet, robotics, bands, and cruising. So a lot of variety expected on the channel, and we'd love, like I said, to push them towards the 800 subscribers they're thinking about. So we'll spin the wheel. We'll get another channel up onto the screen. I'm going to get through as many channels as I can in the next 50 minutes or so before we go over to Emotion's channel, and I will leave this live stream running for an extra 3 minutes like we always do, right up until the second his premiere begins, so that we can clean up our connections here and everybody gets the maximum amount of time to meet more friends and family members. Thank you, TCG fam. And then Canadian Family Life is here. This is Tiffany. She comes to us from New Brunswick, and this creator brings us a lot of grocery hauls, some cooking videos, and a lot of indoor gardening as well. I'm just going to grab her latest video, though. This looks like another product review. She's been doing a few of these along with Happy Mail videos lately. I'm going to put this in my catch-up list. That'll give me a chance to catch up a little bit. She posts frequently, usually every couple of days. As we can see, she's monetized. Lots of ways to support her, including super chats and memberships when we get there. Shorts videos on the channel have moved into 2,400 views on a couple of them, one over 2,500. And then live streams on the channel are occasional, but you'll find Tiffany, which is right here. This creator is found on lots of other people's live streams, doing a lot of StreamYard panels with other creators. Whenever you collaborate with others, you are almost certainly guaranteed some new friends and family members for yourself. And that's likely a big reason why Canadian Family Life is growing so quickly. She has been an incredibly supportive creator to everybody here in the Tuber Chat family. Pardon me just for 1 second. When we look at Canadian Family Life Hubby, we see the channel that comes to us from Tiffany's husband. And one of the biggest complaints that I get on YouTube and have for the last 6.5 years is, why is it so difficult to get our in real life friends and family members to support us when we can find people online that are willing to do it easily, if that makes sense? So I think it makes it extra special when we do find in real life friends and family members supporting each other. In this case, a husband and wife duo. So obviously, Tiffany's husband was inspired to start his channel through her journey, and now they're never too far behind each other, both out supporting other creators. And Canadian Family Life Hubby is bringing us a lot of 3D printing. So hopefully everybody will enjoy connecting to this creator. They are at 30 subscribers right now. We'd love to push them a little bit farther towards that first 100. They're posting occasionally, usually once a week or so, and then they've got a couple of shorts, and those will continue to grow as they post more and more as well. Let's spin the wheel. We'll get another channel up onto the screen. And thank you, Bamanola Adventures. Like I said, I see them out supporting others all the time. Canadian Family Life and their husband are out supporting others, and I'm always happy to see that in creators as well. Carrie Leonard is coming up right now. We'll see what this creator's got going on. There's Emotion right there. He's going to be put on the wheel now as a member and a moderator. He's got a premiere coming up for us in another 50 minutes or so, and he gives us a chance to meet more friends and family members, just like all of our moderators do. You always ask if your wife watched your videos. I saw a channel the other day. I happen to be a computer programmer as well, and I'm getting into a lot of that lately. So hopefully I'll have some new projects that'll be out by next summer. Let's just say it takes a long period of time. But I'm following a channel, and forgive the name, but it's called Bite Me Games. And they do a great job with their YouTube videos because they're incredibly candid. But it's so funny because I'm watching their videos and they're just growing rapidly, organically. But it's funny because they're talking about the fact that they're making videos, and they're talking about like their own team and saying like, oh, he doesn't watch our videos anyway. And that's the case all the time, I promise you. There's a story I tell all the time here. The first channel that we started with, I started running a channel for somebody else. I still run that channel today. The creator does a lot of live streaming and this and that, but I produce the videos and film and edit and do all the promotion and everything else. But that particular creator, when we started the channel, it took us 6 months to get 100 subscribers. And he had to sit on the phone for half an hour with a friend of 20 years to beg them to click the subscribe button to be the 100th subscriber. And we've come a long way since then. That same creator I'm talking about, just last year started a 4th channel, which they take care of themselves, but they gained 250 subscribers in one day just from community posts on their other channels. So you can see how we've really moved forward, which is great to see. And let's look at Carrie Leonard right now. This creator's got a couple of new videos. I'm just going to take the latest one. I'm going to put that in my catch-up list. That'll give me a chance to stay caught up with them. They got 130 subscribers right now, and we're just going to look at the variety in videos. They bring us a lot of outdoor content. Sometimes they're indoors, especially for their live streams. We'll see that in a second. But then as well, they've got shorts videos. These have gotten into almost 1,000 views, but one over 2,400, which is great to see. And then, like I said, live streams, they're usually indoors here, and they stream frequently, usually at least once a week. So hopefully everybody will connect with Carrie Leonard. They've been with us just about every single day since finding us recently. Andale Homestead, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. This is an example, I believe. She probably got a notification for that gifted membership, and the notifications for those are fantastic. I believe it just comes through an email, but often when people are gifted memberships in your live stream or premiere, they could end up coming in if you're on for any length of time, like right now. So Andale Homestead's actually been a long-time friend, somebody who's very supportive in the homesteading community of channels. I'm going to get them on the wheel right now because they do happen to be a member. And then, no, I'm serious. If you can imagine, that was 6 years ago, right? Because I've been on for 6.5 years. That was 6 years ago, and literally had to like talk. Imagine trying to convince somebody for half an hour. Would you just click the button? Like, please, it's important, you know? And then as soon as you start saying that, of course, the speech is, well, why, though? Why is it important? I can imagine somebody trying to convince me back in the day, because I get all upset, and I'm like, hold on, wait a second. What do you mean you want me to do something? When do you ever know me to do anything anybody wants me to do? Now I want to know why you want me to click the button. There's no way I'm clicking that button. What's going to happen to me if I click that? And like I said, we've come a long way since then. And things are much easier now. But YouTube as well, I mean, it was already big before we got here, but it's just exploded, right? And what we went through a couple of years ago, all of us across the planet, just enhanced it because more and more people were home. I've got a couple of friends with internet businesses, and the biggest one I know of that's literally making so much money I don't even want to talk about it, said that their business exploded when COVID came, and they were already doing extremely well before that happened. Scrow's Nest, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. Never late. I always appreciate every moment everybody can spend. And then, yeah, Andale Homestead, forgive me for not being certain. Today has been an abundant day for overwhelming generosity, and we had plenty of gifted memberships in the chat, so many so that I will never be able to remember who gifted exactly which one. And yes, legal-minded friends Karen Cole. That's interesting. Had to tell your mom in Canada to watch so you get more Canadians. It all grows. All of us grow organically. It's going to grow more and more. But the story doesn't change from 3.5 years ago when we started Superchat. The idea is that the more you give to others, the more comes back to you. YouTube is a social network, whether we want to call it that or not. And the more you feed the network, the more the network feeds you back. So you go out there, you leave a bunch of comments on people's videos, and you find people commenting on your videos, and you get better and better and better. All this stuff as time goes on, right? Tiny improvements over a long period of time means that all of our channels are basically guaranteed some level of success if you just stay. One video a week is enough to make that happen. The mother and daughter duo is an interesting couple of creators because I'm still getting to know the channel. They've just been with us a few times now, every day since they found us, as a matter of fact, pardon me. But I see them out there supporting other creators all the time. So I hope you'll connect with them and get some of that support coming back to you as well. These creators have quite a bit of information on their About page. They'll give you an idea as to why they started the channel and what we can expect. I'm just going to look at their shorts videos. Obviously a mother and daughter duo for real here. One of their shorts has gotten into 1,400 views, which is great to see. Live streams, they've already done a few of these as well. So it's been a week. Hopefully they'll do another one. I've got their notification bell on like always. And then I'm not sure about that particular channel that got that gifted membership, but that's okay. Growing What I Eat, thank you again. They've done that I don't know how many times already in this live stream, so thank you for this overly generous support today. I really do appreciate that. I'm very overwhelmed today. And let's spin the wheel. We'll get another channel up onto the screen. We saw Growing What I Eat earlier. And we'll look next at Cabarar Gaming. They just came in. I don't even know if I said hello yet, but I put Cabarar Gaming on the wheel. Look at that. The odds are ever in your favor. The wheel chose you immediately. Cabarar Gaming's been a long-time friend. I think they've been with us and me for about 3 years as well. Cabarar Gaming supports on all of my channels as well. This creator brings a lot of video gameplay, but they really mix things up. Their videos, they've been doing a couple really long videos here. I'm going to take the latest one, put it in my catch-up list, but they usually bring a lot of walkthroughs. They do series of videos. They do mix up the gameplay. It's just that you got to get through a lot of it to see the different games. They've done a lot of Grand Theft Auto lately. I saw Driver in there. I think they've gotten into Final Fantasy and a few other games. We see that in their live streams as well. I've caught them there many times, and they're always having a good time there as well. Drunken Chef Barbecue. Sorry, I'm not sure if I said hello when you came in with the second channel. That's Maciel Family Adventures with their original channel. We still got 40 minutes to go before we think about going over to Emotion's channel for a premiere. Emotion New Soul is what we type in the chat to get to that channel. They are a talented singer and songwriter that brings us new soul R&B music. They're still on the wheel, so we'll look at their channel eventually. Cabarar Gaming, though, is getting really close to 2,000 subscribers. You can see that. They're getting dangerously close. They are monetized, lots of ways to support them, including super chats and memberships when we get there, and their shorts are really doing well also, getting into 15,000 views, 37,000 views on 2 of them. I think one of them's still moving, actually, which is great to see. Now, this creator brings us a second channel, actually, called Cabarar Vlogs, and we'll see what they've got going on this second channel. They bring us tips, tricks, tech, and tutorials, and this is from the same creator behind Cabarar Gaming. So shorts videos on the channel to bring us bite-sized information, videos that can get slightly advanced, as a matter of fact, but helpful either way, and they're building up quite a catalog now. And then when we get into live streams, they've experimented with some words on stream and then a couple of other things as well. So they're working on watch hours over here, and they've already got 451 subscribers on this second channel. Oh, that's interesting. Legal-minded friends Karen Cole. Talk about parole officer work, but the tips are for Canada and the States as much as the UK. Karen Cole is a lawyer in the United Kingdom and building up a catalog of legal information for us. We've got a couple lawyers in the Superchat family now. I'm not sure if you've met Lenny the lawyer live. He comes in occasionally, but he's been a longtime friend as well. He's in the States, though. And then, yeah, if you get arrested, or, somebody like Karen Cole or an attorney can let us know whether or not what I'm about to say might be true. But I have heard that the idea is that if you are in the presence of a police officer and unsure, you can ask them, am I under investigation or am I under arrest? They have to give you a truthful answer, and then you can decide whether you're going to continue to speak or not. But an attorney will be able to let you know whether you are receiving legal advice or legal information. They're very different things, right? So Emotion is up on the screen. This creator is bringing us singing and songwriting, and they actually have a second channel where they show us how all of that is done. So originally they started by bringing us their works, their original singing and songwriting on their official artist channel. And they bring us new soul R&B music. So again, what I type is Emotion New Soul when I look for this channel. He's got a premiere coming up for us in about 40 minutes. So I'll drop the link when we get a little bit closer. And then we'll go over there and raid into that. Everybody will be able to continue meeting friends and family members during the live chat. And we've still got lots of time to put lots of channels on the screen here in Superchat. So we'll keep that going. I'll get as many on as I can. Emotion as well rounds out this channel with some shorts videos and then compilations during live streams and then some reaction videos as well. The live streams can be compilations or Tiny Desk concerts. And he's got a video, like I said, coming up as a premiere. We're going to see that in another 40 minutes from now or so. Let me show you his second channel, Writing with Emotion New Soul. And this is where we get to see how the music is made, as well as a better look at the man behind the music. So he rounds out this channel with some more shorts, and then some more compilations and reaction videos as well. He's got almost 800 subscribers on this channel. He's probably working on watch hours, and but he's monetized either way, so we can support him with super chats and memberships when we get to his original channel, and hopefully everybody will support him on both. He's been a dear friend of about 3 years now and is a member and a moderator in the chat here. Arrested and Questioned is different. I better watch it. I haven't seen it. I thought I watched it, but I didn't. When we pull it up on the front page, it's still there. What you'll find is when you watch a video that a creator's got in a featured position, it disappears afterwards. It's still there, but it's just not on their front page anymore. So I'll make a point to do that. I got to see. I have a small amount of experience with that stuff. I promise you. I don't have any criminal charges or anything like that. But I have been caught a couple of times. We talked about something. I've been very lucky. So I say to people in life, most people, if asked, will say, oh, I'm not very lucky. I'm probably not going to win things and, stuff like that. I never get chosen and whatever. So I chose a long time ago to just decide to try to be thankful when I am lucky, and I've found that when it comes to interacting with police officers for things that I may or may not have done wrong, usually traffic related, I've been given chances or let go like half the time. So I've gotten my share of tickets and things like that, but I've also been let go. But I was joking just today again with Kristen, I was retelling a story, but there was a day that I was at an intersection across the street from a bus, like public transportation here, and you cannot get in the way of a bus. And what happened was I still insist that the bus moved before the turn signal came on. Of course, there'd be no way to know that for sure, but I rushed to get out of the way of the bus as they were coming the other way. I was turning left, and the cops pulled me over, and they said, we can give you street racing and stunt driving charges right now. We can impound your car, and it's going to be thousands of dollars and everything else. Now, you could almost tell they're probably going to let you go. They know I'm not street racing or stunt driving, but they said you cannot pull in front of a bus like that. And I said I was trying to avoid an accident, and that's, something that can be said, but you're best to just keep as quiet as possible, unless you can talk to somebody like Karen Cole about exactly what you should be doing. The other thing too is just don't drive in front of buses. Be a little more careful than I was that day. And Andale Homestead, thank you so much for the super chat. I really do appreciate that extra generous support. For that reason, I'm going to put your channel up next. Before we start spinning the wheel again, we always put super chatters on the screen right away, and then members get added to the wheel as soon as we see them in the chat. We'll get back to spinning, and like I said, I'll put as many channels on the screen from our chat list as I can before we go over to Emotions channel. Judgment Day Mike Harper is a fairly new channel in the Tuber Chat family, just with us now for what I believe is the second time. We'll see what they got going on their channel right before we look at Andale Homestead. And thank you for the kind words, by the way. I really do appreciate that. Andale Homestead's been a friend for a long time. Judgment Day Mike Harper has got 312 subscribers. I'm hoping we can push them a little bit farther towards the 400 they're thinking about. They got shorts that are front and center on the channel, so we'll look at those first, and we see that they've already gotten over 1,000 views on one of these, which is great to see. Live streams on the channel are frequent as well. They're going live just about every single day, so hopefully I'll catch you for one of these soon, because I got the notification bell on. And then videos, they're posting frequently also, so I'm going to take your second latest video, because it's a little bit longer than the latest one. We'll get you a couple watch minutes there. Every minute matters, of course, right? I'll put that in my catch-up list. That'll give me a chance to watch another piece of content from you. And Andale Homestead, let's get your channel up on the screen right now, and we'll see what she's got going on. We've got a lot of friends in the homesteading community. We had this influx of channels come through from that genre or community about 2 years ago, and it continues to grow now. And these creators, like I said, have a common mentality, it seems, with generosity at the forefronts of their minds, wanting to share knowledge and resources with each other and with others. Andale Homestead certainly fits that description. She's been a friend of a long time. I can see I'm behind with your videos. I'm just going to grab you the latest. I'm going to grab the latest one, put that into my catch-up list. That'll give me a chance to keep caught up with you. She's doing spectacularly at almost 8,000 subscribers now, which is great. So she's just growing strong. Monetized. Lots of ways to support her, including super chats and memberships when we get there. And she is in northeastern North Carolina, pardon me. They are retired. Their priorities are their loving Heavenly Father, of course, and family and their garden, which they're sharing with us on their channel. Now, shorts videos on this channel have gotten into thousands and thousands of views. Wow, 7,000, 8,000, almost 9,000, and one breakout shorts over 35,000, which is great to see. Live streams on the channel seem to be frequent as well, usually doing these about once a week. So she just did one a few days ago, and hopefully I'll catch you for another one soon. I've got the notification bell on always, and that's in the spirit of doing as much as we can for each other and catching as much content from each other as we can. Thank you again for that super chat. I really do appreciate that extra generosity. Andale Homestead, absolutely unnecessary, but very much appreciated, of course. Kermage in Alaska, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming back in. And Watch Us Decorate is going to be up on the screen in 3.5 minutes. While we're gone, I'm going to put a couple more names on the wheel from our chat list based on who's been most actively engaged in conversation. I've got a robot in the background that keeps track of that. In the meantime, if anybody would like to swap playlists with each other for the purpose of gaining watch hours, please just simply say I am willing to swap playlists in the chat. Other creators should reach out to you. If you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody's free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course. And if you haven't already given a thumbs up, I hope you'll do that too. We're back in 3.5 minutes. right, we're back and looking at Watch Us Decorate. This is a channel that I want to say is fairly new in the Tuber Chat family, but they've been with us for what I believe is well over a month now. You're going to find some really delicious looking content on this channel. In our home, some of you know Kristen Welton, who is here with us regularly as a moderator. She goes to bed much earlier than I do, so she's not able to be with us for every single stream. But we watch a lot of cooking and baking shows, like in our home, right? If we have the TV on, let's just say. And Kristen and her daughter watch a lot of this stuff, and Kristen is very talented with all things in the kitchen. Now, when you look at this particular channel, though, you see some spectacular work being done on a lot of these different baked goods, right? So they get into some cupcakes and things like that. The cakes are what blows me away most of the time. I've known a few people who've been very talented when it comes to this that I've known personally. But I'm really taken away with what they've done here. You see that in the shorts already. Videos as well, bringing more of this type of talented work. And I'm sure lots of people here in the chat will be impressed with this right away. So Watch Us Decorate as well has been with us just about every single day since finding us about a month ago. Like I was saying, I put a couple of names on the wheel, by the way, while we were off on break there. And if I've missed anything in the chat today that anybody meant for me to see, like a question or a comment, just please mention it again with 3 thumbs up or at mention Tuber Chat Connect and Grow. That should help me see it a little bit easier. I'll keep my eyes open and hopefully catch it the next time around. Susan and Jerry are here. That's Butler Family Farm. I'm going to get them onto the screen right now. I'd put them on the wheel during the break. I also put on fish head videos, horse around farms, and I just added Grammy's journal. So I'll take it one by one right now. We've got another 20 minutes to go or so, and we're going to go over to Emotions channel, who's in the chat, and that will give us an opportunity to continue meeting friends and family members. He's got a premiere coming up for us as well. Smallholder Homestead, I'm going to get you on the wheel. And Kimberly Gila, it was going to be your turn as well. And then we'll take it one by one after that. Butler Family Farm brings us 116 acres of homesteading and farming goodness. They bring a lot of different livestock for us to see, including bees, which will be added back to the farm next March. Of course, being out of season. But they bring us on their About page an entire list of what they've got, including cattle, goats, donkeys, horses, llamas, chickens, and their pets, cats and dogs. They take us out on adventures. They bring us product reviews. The ultimate, I still don't know if that's Saker or Sacker, but they've got another product review. This company's coming out with all these little tools, right? We've seen the chainsaw. Why don't I remember what the other thing was? There's 3 tools. Oh, the vacuum. I think it's a vacuum cleaner, right, from that company. And this is a scrubber. This is the first time I'm seeing this. But that's really cool because I've worked in bars and restaurants, and they have dishwashers that are more automated, much more industrial looking than what we have in most of our homes. But when you think about the idea that some of those really annoying dishes, you just want to get a little bit of extra scrubbing in there, things that you can't really pull the steel wool into, maybe that's the kind of tool for that. So I'll be looking forward to watching that video. So I've got that in my catch-up list. Now, these creators as well have got some shorts on their channel. So they're either indoors or mostly outdoors. They've got shorts to bring us bite-sized bits of that content as well. 3,000, 4,000, beyond 5,000 views. They're monetized, lots of ways to support them, including super chats and memberships when we get there. And they've got lots of live streams where we get a chance to get to know them. They head out to meetups and other ways to collaborate with other creators. They introduce us to a lot of friends. I've been grateful for some of that because I've caught them for a few of these in streams, usually by surprise, as a matter of fact, even though I shouldn't have been surprised. So Butler Family Farm, they're also here with us just about every single day, and I really do appreciate that. I know not everybody can be here every day or for hours at a time when we stream. I do appreciate every moment, whether you're coming by to say hello quickly, drop a thumbs up, or running the stream in the background, but they have been here regularly. So hedge trimmer and grass trimmers they've got as well, Butler Family Farm says. I thought about reaching out to that company. I haven't heard from them myself yet. I wondered if I might eventually, because, you know, with so many of us connected together, eventually they might start hitting another channel. My personal channel, even though it doesn't seem like it, actually does have 9,000 legitimate subscribers. And I do some sponsored videos. I don't really like aggressively go after it very hard. But I've thought about doing a few more just to fill in the gaps. But some of those tools that they've got look like something I might actually use. I want to try to stick to that kind of stuff if I can, things that I really enjoy. So the Bullock Experience is up right now as well. This creator brings us Fishing First. He was in here earlier with Gaming Experience with Kelly. And we'll look at both of these channels from this creator. He's been a long-time generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter. He's got a series of Wednesday night live streams, and I haven't been able to catch these for two reasons. One is I try to stream on Wednesdays now when I can, but as well, if I can't stream, it's because I'm outdoors working. So hopefully I'll catch one of these at some point when I'm not able to stream on a Wednesday, or as my work weeks and days are starting to get shorter. They really are now. They will after next week, when those of us who change our times go forward our hour. I think we gain an hour, right, in the fall, and it's going to get dark an hour earlier for us after that, right? We lose an hour instead of a minute and a half. So thank you, Karen Cole, by the way. When we look at the Bullock Experience, we see that he's working on 1,300 subscribers, and this is where we get a lot of these fishing videos. There's a bit of variety here, but it's mostly Fishing First, like I was saying. He's got some shorts. Did we look at those? These have gotten into 2,600, 2,800, even 3,200 views. And then when we look at Gaming Experience with Kelly, we see a second channel from this creator that is bringing us video gameplay, and they're mixing up the games here. They got shorts, videos, and live streams. We see the variety in the games that they've got when we go through these. So hopefully everybody will connect with him on both of these channels. We'd love to get Gaming Experience with Kelly up to that first 100. Butler Family Farm, thank you for the super chat again. They've done that before. They're going to be live tomorrow mid-afternoon or late afternoon for me. So hopefully everybody can catch them. I'll try to catch that. I should be able to. Tomorrow I've got a bit of what we might call a day off. We're going to try to do a Tuber Chat stream tomorrow night if my voice is back. I'm getting a little bit nervous about it today. It was an overwhelming stream. But if we can stream tomorrow night, we will, same time as today. But I otherwise am hoping just to film a couple of things, actually, if you can believe it. I'm always behind filming, but we'll try. And then Butler Family Farm, I should be able to catch that. So as well, Coach Mary Ma is up here. This is a creator who is going to inspire and motivate us. Their idea is that of a reset coach, and the idea is they want to help us become limitless and unstoppable by becoming the best version of ourselves. And they talk about that on their About page, but they bring us motivating and inspiring content, both in videos and live streams. I'm going to grab their latest video and put that into my catch-up list. Good to see some gratitude there. Yes, absolutely. It is a superpower. And then, yeah, I do have to take a double shot of honey. Michael's Adventures. I'm on honey every day. I stocked up a while ago, and I'm on it. I got a very cold now coffee, but had my honey in there. I usually have a what otherwise would be a black coffee with honey in it, even if it's decaffeinated, for the sake of having it, right? Coffee is good for you in small amounts as well, as apparently. And then I mix it up with something else, but I'll try to take extra care tomorrow. I should be fine. I get great rest tonight as well. Live streams are occasional on the channel. She seems to be going about once a week. I've caught her before. Hopefully I'll catch her again soon. I've got the notifications on, of course. We do that for every single channel. And then when we look at Coach Mary Ma, we see that she's gotten into 1,400 and even 1,600 views on these shorts. And forgive me, I don't mean to whine and complain about my voice all the time. I know I talk about it probably once a day at least. I don't mean to do that. It's just that, you know, most people don't stream in the way that I do and never stop talking. And I know I could probably trim it back a little bit. I don't have to say so much. But today was overwhelming, my dear goodness, for which I'm grateful, of course. But this is the reason why we can't let the streams go 4 hours. I wouldn't be able to get through that. When we look at... is Get to the Farm in the house? Oh, good to see you here. I want to know, was in the other day, or yesterday. Yeah, yesterday morning they were saying you were at work. But I did see you come in towards the end as well. Horse Around Farms is another channel I'm still getting to know. They got 42 subscribers, so they're almost halfway on the road to the first 100. I'm hoping we can push them a little bit farther towards that milestone. We know that the first 100 is more challenging than ever before, but as long as we're all doing as much as we can for each other, we see channels growing, hitting different milestones like the first 100 and far beyond all the time. I'm just going to grab your latest video. I'm going to put this in my catch-up list. That'll give me another piece of content to watch, and then we'll keep an eye on the channels to see if they're expecting to do shorts and possibly live streams. I didn't realize I wasn't subscribed. Now, usually I don't subscribe or watch videos while I live stream, but I've got the, I just subscribed anyway. I'm sure it'll be fine. I will get through that video in the next 24 hours after the stream today, so I'm sure it'll be fine. So usually I don't go quite that far, but that's okay. So Horse Around Farms, I'm looking forward to getting to know your channel. Their little off-grid homestead is what they're bringing to us, which is great. It's Our Abundant Life. Thank you for another super chat. Absolutely unnecessary, but very much appreciated. And we looked at that channel earlier, and of course her husband, JR Excavating and Sons. And let's spin the wheel. We'll get another channel up onto the screen. And thank you, Grammy's Journal. I've got you on the wheel. We'll get through as many channels as we can in the next 10 minutes, and then, or 12 minutes, and then we'll go over to Emotions channel for a premiere. I dropped the link in the chat and I pinned it so everybody can get there easily. I think I'm going to do another spoonful of honey before bed tonight. Actually, I'm going to go right to sleep. I'll be snoring 10 minutes after Super Chat. As soon as Emotions premiere is done. I think he's got a short one today. I could be wrong, but I think it's not going to be an extended one. And then I'll be snoring within minutes. Smallholder Homestead is here with 487 subscribers. We'd love to push this creator a little bit farther towards the 500 they're thinking about. One of the things I find compelling about this channel is the family togetherness that you'll find throughout their videos. Now, I'm going to grab the latest one. I see I'm behind by a couple here. I'm going to put this in my catch-up list. That'll give me a chance to catch up myself. We'll look at shorts videos on the channel. We see that these have gotten into well over 5,000 views on many of them. One almost at 10,000 views, which is great to see. Hopefully that one gets there. It's a wonderful milestone to have hit. And then they've got live streams, so we'll see if they're going to keep these up. They've done a few of these, been a few weeks, but we've got the notification bell on like we do with every channel to make sure that we catch as much content from each other as we possibly can. Smallholder Homestead, of course, indoors and outdoors, bringing us content of both types. CV Baseball Card Collector, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. Kimberly Gila's coming up right now. We'll see what this creator's got going on their channel for today. And again, if anybody would like to swap playlists with each other for the purpose of gaining watch hours, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists in the chat. Other creators should reach out to you, and if you see somebody say that and you are willing, please reach out to them. Everybody's free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course. I got Scrow's Nest on the wheel now. Kimberly Gila's up on the screen. 105 subscribers. I'm hoping we can push her a little bit farther towards the 200 they're going to be thinking about. They got some shorts front and center on the channel, and we see that these have started to move now. Those will continue to grow as you post more and more. When we look at videos on the channel, we see that they're posting frequently. My dear goodness, many videos per day the last couple of days. I'm just going to take the latest one. I'm going to put this into my catch-up list. That'll give me another piece of content to watch. And then when we look at their About page, they tell us they're going to do some traveling videos, some cooking, gardening, walking around their city and talking about other important topics so we can get a chance to discuss those kinds of things. Let's spin the wheel. We'll get another channel up onto the screen. If anybody hasn't already given a thumbs up for today's live stream, I hope you will. They really do help. We're at 95 right now, and I hope everybody's always giving each other thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. If you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to get that done. You don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded to give that thumbs up from time to time, especially when I'm on the phone. Scrow's Nest is up on the screen right now. They are dangerously close, only one away from 900. They're going to be officially on the road to 1K. We always say you're officially on a road when you get to a 100 milestone. They're about to hit 900. That puts them officially on the road to 1,000. And then we'll look at their videos for a second here. We see that they've posted quite a few. I can see I'm behind. I'm just going to grab the latest one. I'm going to put that in my catch-up list. That'll give me a chance to catch up the smallest bit. They've got some shorts on their channel as well. These have gotten into 1,600 and 1,700 views, one over 5,600, which is great to see. And then I'm just going to look at their About page for a quick second. This is Randy. They live in Tucson, Arizona. And that's interesting. I wonder how far that is away from Bisbee or Phoenix. They're always out supporting other creators. And I just wanted to have a quick look at what their About page said here. So I'll leave it to you to read that because they got quite a bit of information here, but they're talking about, cruising and travel with a mobility scooter, which is interesting because we get to learn about accessibility when it comes to the idea of cruising or travel of any kind, right? Let's spin the wheel. We'll get another channel up onto the screen. Scrow's Nest has been a longtime friend, but I see them out supporting other creators all the time as well. I run into them constantly. I keep forgetting to read their banner, spending their children's inheritance one cruise at a time, which is a wonderful theme for a YouTube channel, so it's a great introduction. Grammy's Journal is up here right now. Let's see what they've got going on. 140 subscribers right now, and Grammy's Journal is here with us regularly. 140 subscribers. When we look at their channel, we see that they've got a few new, well, they're not new videos. They're from a couple months ago, but they're new to me. So I'm just going to grab your second latest video because it's got a few more watch minutes than the first one here. I'm going to put that in my catch-up list. That'll give me a chance to catch up a little bit. I'll look at the shorts videos as well. We see that these have gotten into hundreds of views, 300, even 600 views. It's not going to be long before you have one hit 1,000 if you keep posting those as well. I'm going to spin the wheel. We'll get another channel coming up. And then thank you so much, Horse Around Farms. And then, to be honest with you, when we talk about the idea of cameras and equipment and things like that, I promise you what we all have in our pocket for our phones is enough. I've got videos on YouTube on, my biggest video has got 85,000 views. And that's just a product review for a tablet, but I filmed that with my phone, and I believe it was my iPhone 4S. If you could believe, we're on iPhone 15 now, so we're 10 phones later than the one I used for that video. It's probably going to be my first one to hit 100,000. I'm not sure if it's going to get there or not because it really crawls now, but it still gets views. And then I've got videos on other channels that I filmed that have now hundreds of thousands of views. Our first video is going to hit 1 million views sometime probably in the next couple of months. I think it was over 900. I could be mistaken. And that was probably filmed with an iPhone 4S or at best an iPhone 11. So that's just an idea. Oh, wow. Horse Around Farms is Kevin also. So nice to meet another Kevin in the house. We've got another one. Kevin Reed was here earlier. That's a new channel in the Superchat family also. I'm not sure if they're still here. And then, yeah, I've done a bit of GoPro stuff. But the phones, what we've got in our pocket, I promise you, is beyond good enough in most cases, in almost every case. And don't let the idea, I never want to tell anybody what they should or shouldn't do, but I would love it if everybody would not let the idea of, wishing things could be bigger and better stop you from making the content. Because when somebody comes to see the content, never have I ever heard somebody say, hey, this is a good video, I wish you filmed it with a better camera. That's never happened, right? Audio is something to think about. You make that as good as you can, but that could be done with editing programs and things like that. But I promise you, the phone that you've got in your pocket is probably good enough. Jonathan Sturgill is here, and this is a channel that recently changed their name, but they've been with us several times now, already at 5,000 subscribers, which is great to see. They do guitar and gear reviews. They do some music as well. They have that for us to enjoy on their channel. I'm still getting to know their content, but they've got some shorts here as well that have gotten into hundreds of views, one of them over 1,500, which is great to see. We can get some information about what to expect exactly on their About page, so hopefully everybody will enjoy that when you get there. They've been here with us for the whole stream today, so thank you for your patience today. I know it takes a long time to get onto the wheel and then eventually onto the screen sometimes. We'll spin the wheel. We'll get another channel up onto the screen right now. I should drop the link for Emotions Raid. If anybody wants to come over there, we're going to get a chance to continue what we're doing here while he drops a premiere. Everybody will be welcome to connect, pardon me, with each other in the live chat that accompanies the premiere. Fishhead Videos is up on the screen right now. I'm going to get probably one more channel on the wheel. Corinne's Life. Is this the first time ever that you've literally been here from the beginning of the stream and ended up waiting the entire live stream to get onto the screen? It's possible. She's a member and moderator here. Kermit Alaska, I've got you on the wheel now. Fishhead Videos has 882 subscribers. I'm hoping we can push them a little bit farther towards the 900 we know they must be thinking about. They're also fairly new in the Tuber Chat family. I'm just going to grab their latest video, put that in my catch-up list. That'll give me a chance to watch another piece of content. They've got some shorts on the channel. These have gotten into 4,800 and 5,400 views and beyond. And they're talking about camping, cooking, building, and fishing on their channel. We'll see what they've got on their About page, and there's quite a bit of information there for us to read as well. Let's spin the wheel. We'll get another channel up onto the screen. I'm going to put Get to the Farm on there. Corinne's Life, look at that. Now that I made a production out of it, your channel got picked by the wheel, finally. Otherwise, it would have been saved the best for last, right? Corinne's Life is a member and a moderator, a fellow Canadian from Nova Scotia. She brings us a channel that encompasses everything that truly is Corinne's Life. And that could be cooking, cleaning, grocery hauls, shopping, literally. She could be out on vacation. She could be indoors, giving us a chance to get to know her. She does that through shorts, videos, and live streams. And she happens to be a small business owner as well. She produces everything from hats to shirts to mugs, like the one I hold in my hand every day here. And lots of you have seen her merchandise. Some people have even ordered merchandise from her. So it's wonderful that we have a creator that's going to give us a behind-the-scenes look at how the merchandise is made, but can also be used as a resource when we want to think about merchandise for our own channels and businesses. She's a member and a moderator, monetized of course, lots of ways to support her, including super chats and memberships when we get there. She's got some shorts on the channel, many of which are still moving into the thousands of views, one over 77,000. When we get into her live streams, we see that these are occasional, but she's been known many times to have StreamYard panels. I've joined her time and time again on both her own channel and other people's channels as well. Hopefully everybody will connect with her. Again, that's Corinne's Life. We'd love to push her towards the 2,200 subscribers she's thinking about. And Get to the Farm is up here next, and we'll see what they've got going on. The Blind Sisters, good to see you back in the house. Thank you for coming in. Oh, Kerbage in Alaska, this is not your YouTube channel. You have had a couple of others. Oh, not your first YouTube channel. I see you're talking to somebody else. That's okay. Get to the Farm is here with 1,000 subscribers, which is great to see. One of the things that I was really taken away with on this particular channel is the fact that they pack so much information into their videos. So first of all, they're full of shout outs for other homesteading channels, but they give you information not only about what to expect from the channels, but the things they're doing, which includes tips and tricks tricks for gardening and other homesteading activities as well. When we get into shorts on the channel, we see that these have gotten into 4,000, even almost 5,000 views. And then live streams are something they've thought about bringing back. We'll keep an eye on the channel. If they do, they're going to allow everybody to connect the same way that we do here. When we look at I Want to Know, we see that this is another husband and wife combo. So Get to the Farm is narrating the videos on I Want to Know. The idea here is to talk about the unexplained. Basically, the idea is if we want to know, they want to know, and they talk about that on their About page. They've dressed this up a few times now. They got shorts on their channel as well, and these have gotten into almost 1,000 views, so that will likely continue as they post more and more. I Want to Know and Get to the Farm have both been incredibly generous, loyal, and dedicated supporters for a long time. And again, that's another story of a husband and wife combo. So I'm going to drop the link one more time for Emotions Raid. I hope everybody will come over there and enjoy some music from this talented singer and songwriter. He happens to be here as a member and a moderator. And thank you, everybody, for the time that you spent here. I'll leave this live stream running for an extra 3 minutes right up until his premiere begins. Forgive me for the channels that we did not get to. We try to get to as many as we can in a 3-hour period. Thank you, everybody, for the 100 thumbs up, by the way. And Kermagin, Alaska is here with 482 subscribers. We'd love to push them towards the 500 we know they're thinking about. They got some shorts on the channel that have now moved into 1,400 and 1,700 views. They got lots of information on their About page to let us know what to expect from the channel. They've got videos I can see on behind. I'm going to grab your latest video, put it in my catch-up list. That'll give me a chance to catch up. And then they've got live streams that come out every Monday night. We'll be on right after you tomorrow, but hopefully I'll catch that before we start. I've got notification bells on, of course. Thank you, everybody, for the time that you spent. We'll see you over there with Emotion. We're back again tomorrow at the same time, 9 p.m. Eastern. See everybody soon. Bye-bye, everyone.